5.
You ain't gotta go
To
nowhere,
block
honey.
this call and all future calls, press 7. You may begin speaking now.
Kale,
What's up, bro? What's up, man?
what's happening? How you doing? What's going on?
Cool. I was just calling to check in, man, to see if you had questions and stuff like that. If not, I could call you tomorrow and get them.
We can move forward as long as you ain't got nothing else to say and nothing else on your mind. That's priority to me. That's priority.
Yeah, that's the only thing on my mind, so I think I've said enough about what has happened, and,
So I remember I asked you last time, and you said you didn't know you guys were getting the information about when you think your appeal should be coming forth.
Yeah, they've accepted the appeal. It's been put in and everything, so we're just waiting on that.
Oh, good.
But that's been done. As a matter of fact, she sent me, my lawyer sent me the appeal that, so far it's pretty good. It's 120 some pages.
Wow. Good.
So, which is good.
It is good, yeah.
So that's wrong. And everything, because she's addressing the RICO thing,
Yeah.
Or as me being a one-man RICO and all of this.
Right.
So, but that's what she's going after, attacking. But as far as the BOP situation, that's a whole other thing. So letting you know, we filed a tort.
I know what it is.
Yeah, so we filed that. This is actually the month they're supposed to be answering it. And if that doesn't happen, then she can file. She says she can file it publicly.
Publicly?
Yeah, so this is the month that's supposed to happen, so I'm going to keep you updated on that. And this month is almost over, so.
Right. So they got to respond before this month is over. Oh, but that's good news.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we're waiting on that, too. So those are the two things we wait on.
Yeah, well, those are big things. Those are big things, though.
Yeah.
So let me just say, man, let me ask you a question, man. I mean, just in behalf of, people who know you through your music, but don't really know you. What is it that you think that they should know personally about you? Because everybody have these ideas about who they think you are, or all the things that have happened, and but you've never had an opportunity really to really speak that about what you think they should know about you.
This is going to sound crazy, man, but I really think that I'm a nobody that just happen to have a talent. That just happen to have a talent that draws a lot of attention. And a lot of that, and because I'm a nobody, I stay private. Because even as a kid coming up, I never wanted nobody to know that I couldn't read or spell. I didn't want nobody to know that about me. So, so that took me dead into me being private and shut down all the time. Wearing sunglasses a lot. I want people to see my eyes. I used to feel like as a shorty growing up that if they see my eyes, they'll find out I can't read for some reason or can't spell. All of that stuff was haunting me, saying, and not to mention you got your brother and sister, coming up as kids talking about you, how you gonna ever be a writer when you can't even spell. But people don't know. Every song I've ever written came off the top of my head. I never wrote nothing down in the studio because I couldn't spell it to be able to write it. So I put my music up, I do my music, I put the mic up, and I put my mouth to the mic and start singing whatever comes out of my head. It just so happens to be a bunch of hit songs. And that's how I've written, and all my life, being in the studio for 30 years. So I want people to know, because a lot of people pretty much got me misunderstood. It's just one giant, high-profile misunderstanding about me. And by me being so private, people, that want to know you, they want to know you because, for one, they probably won't chasing clout. They feel good when they can tell somebody, oh, I know him. This is how he is. This is who he is. This is what he do. This, but they really don't know me. I was supposed to get a bunch of more Grammys, but I didn't get a lot of Grammys, because of the fact that, show you how misunderstood I am. Back then, I didn't want people to know I couldn't read, write, or spell. So when they came to me to do announcements and bring up other read the teleprompter. But I didn't tell them that because I didn't want it to be out that I couldn't read at the time. So I would just decline it. And so they would tell me that everybody else does it. Why can't R. Kelly do it? You know, he think he too good. You know, and it became a big deal. And next thing you know, I wasn't getting Grammys no more, even though I had #1 hits all over the radio. So that's how misunderstood I am. You know, and it bleeds over into other situations as well. It's still like I just popped on the scene and became famous, but nobody know where I came from. Nobody know my background. Nobody know I was a street performer for years. Nobody knew I hitchhiked from Chicago to LA to try to get famous and just trying to make it. I lived on the Venice Beach part, you know, just out there street performing. I slept under basketball bleachers and, you know, and just trying to get a record deal out there in LA. But every door closed on me. Everybody said no, you know, because I had this really basketball swag at the time, and I was bald-headed, and I was trying to just, you know, do some music. But back then, you had the I'll Be Sure, the pretty light-skinned boys with the curly hair, and they had all these images, you know, that they portrayed, and they, you know, and those are the guys that made it. But I came back to Chicago and ended up getting a record deal at a backyard barbecue. So,
what do you mean in a backyard barbecue?
Well, my ex-manager.
This call is from a federal prison.
His mother's house, they was barbecuing on 79th and Yates, and I went to a party, and he asked me to sing for Wayne Williams. That was who was A&R for Jive Records at the time. I didn't even know who he was, but I sang, and before you know it, I ended up, you know, getting a record deal, you know, and but I went through a lot of stuff because I was actually signed to some people that I didn't want to be signed to. It was a bunch of street people, and had me under a contract, but, you know, Jive Records bought me from them for millions of dollars and signed me, and my first album was born into the 90s, and next thing you know, everything changed. In a day, I was a star. You know, it felt like within a day, when Honey Love came out, my second single, I blew up and started getting chased out of malls, chased everywhere I would go. So, and from there, it was on, you know.
In your music, you know, there's a lot of risque things in there, provocative, sexual, but my question is, there's also a lot of depth, a spiritual depth in your music. How did you reconcile those things? How did you work those two things out?
Well, it was strange because when I first got my record deal, what I presented to the company was things like I Believe I Can Fly, World's Greatest, dedicating, you know, to my favorite girl, songs like that. I wasn't even thinking doing sexual music, you know, but my company was showing me Bobby Brown, and they were showing me all the guys that was in Guy and Aaron Hall and the songs that they was doing, Tenderoni, and so I felt like I could imitate people pretty good. So I imitated what I was hearing because that's what the company wanted me to do, so I started doing that. And Honey Love was one of those songs. If you go back and listen to it, it sounds like Aaron Hall. It sounds like some guy would have done back in the days. And then, you know, Vibe, the first single, Vibe, it sounded like something New Jack Swing. And, you know, I was just imitating what I heard on the radio because that's what my company wanted. They didn't want a black man, to be honest, doing the white songs. He said they wanted some, you know, some sexual stuff and some freaky stuff, or like, you know, Seal. I mean, I think Silk.
Oh,
you know,
Silk,
those groups and stuff.
But how did you get into your own? How did you become R. Kelly? How did you? Because you might have started right there, but you developed your own style. How did you do that with all the pressure of them wanting you to kind of like emulate other artists? How did that happen?
Inspiration. You know, everybody shoot a jumper the same way, but if you got an orthodox shot and it keeps going in, and people love it when it go in, then you're going to kind of like develop that shot, even though it looks orthodox, it looks crazy, but it's going in and the crowd is going crazy over it, so you're not going to pretty much change that. You're probably going to just add to that style. My style became orthodox. I mean, I started doing the Aaron Hall and the Guy and those type of fields, Bobby Brown, but people was loving it, you know, what I was doing, and I had a little twist to it, so I started adding more twist to it. Then I ended up developing my own style, and the more people loved it, the more I developed it. You know, I'm gonna call you back, and if you don't mind, in 5 minutes.
Okay, hit me back.
I mean, 15 minutes. 15
Okay,
minutes.
okay, I'll wait.
Okay.
That is so interesting.
I heard it.
Well, that would be awfully foolish because we have.
You may begin speaking now.
Yeah, man, got lucky and got right back in the line. So.
Blessings. Yeah. You wanna continue, or you got something else you wanna say?
What was the last subject we was talking about? The misunderstanding.
Yeah, you talked about how it veered off into other things, you know. But I had got on how you developed, you know, becoming how you connected the music, the different styles of music, you know, the spiritual and the R&B, sexual, and you explained that already, you know.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to, you know. Like I say, when I got my record deal, I had a lot of great songs. I felt like classic songs. It wasn't like sexual songs like that. It was, you know, I don't know if you remember, dedicating this one to my favorite girl.
Yep.
See, those type of things. That was a song about my mother, you know, I had done way back then. A lot of, like I say, the company didn't want, like, you know, the humanity songs and things like that. So I had it made up in my mind that once I became famous off of what the company wanted me to do, that I was going to end up doing the songs I wanted to do, and I didn't want to just be a sexual singer, you know, because I felt like I didn't want to be just in a box, you know. And but that's how the chip fell to get me out the hood. That's what was selling, and I kept it going, and I was good at it. I became good at doing it. But once I got established, I was able to do things like I Believe I Can Fly, which I had to fight with my company to even do that song because they felt like my audience would be confused, you know, singing sexual songs. But here I am singing I Believe I Can Fly, and it's more like a spiritual type of inspirational song, you know. But I fought teeth and nail, man, to get that song done.
What was their objection? Well, like
I say, they felt like it was, you know, some of the company felt like it was too inspirational. It would confuse my audience.
Oh, that's what they thought.
Oh yeah, once you R&B and you're singing these sexual songs, you got bump and grind out there, body calling, all sex me and all of this stuff, and then you start doing I believe something sweet and soft as I Believe I Can Fly. It's almost like, you know, they felt like it would confuse the audience.
What did they say to the success of I Believe I Can Fly? What did they say? Did you tell them, did you give them the I told you so?
Well, no, I never did that because I just remain humble and do what I like to do and let the music prove itself. But yeah, the I told you so was the elephant in the room. You got to know that. It was definitely the elephant in the room. I didn't have to say it, you know. The Grammys spoke for itself. I got 3 Grammys from that song.
Right.
Know? And I fought for it because it was Michael Jordan asked me to do it. So, you know, I really just, I needed to do a song. And I felt like that was going to be my chance to do something like humanity-wise. And then I ended up getting the world's greatest Ali movie. And, with Will Smith. And I was like, man, this is my chance to show people that I'm not just a sexual singer. Or I can write humanity songs. I can write bigger songs than just feeling on your booty. You know, although those songs made me, but at the same time, I felt like, you know, everybody's going to do what they can do to be successful as far as that's concerned. But then when they really become powerful enough to make their own decisions and tell their company, look, I'm doing this. This is what I want to do. I want to do the world's greatest. I want to do I Believe I Can Fly. I want to do, you know, songs like with Celine Dion, you know, I'm Your Angel, things like that. And then I end up doing a gospel song, you know. And they really didn't want that, but we did it. It was a big song. It was a big album. The gospel album called You Save Me. You know,
I know that song, yeah.
Yeah, so people thought I was, you know, some people would think, you know, it's crazy. Even some people in the church thought it was confusing to the fans. It's not really about the fans. Look, you know, you have, in order to get there, you got to start here. And there's an in-between here and there. So nobody's born there. They're born here. And so in my change as far as my songs, the sexual songs, I was actually changing, man, growing up, you know, and I felt like I saw the world. I went to Africa. I went to Paris. I went to London. I got to see other people. And I got to see that there was a whole other world out there, and I believe that had a lot to do with me wanting to just, this is a chance to share my music in a worldwide, perspective, from a world's perspective, not just Chicago. Earth became my turf, and that's because of the level of success that I started enduring, and so I needed to do, those type of songs. To show myself, to show the world that, hey, this guy can sing more than just R&B. He can sing big hit pop songs and inspirational songs and everything. The storm is over and all of that stuff. And once I proved that, I felt a lot better and wanted to do those type of songs even more, because you grow.
Yeah.
So people don't, the church, some people, even in churches, I ain't gonna name no names, but famous people came to me and told me I shouldn't even put out "You Save Me" because it's not R&B, and if you do that, it's going to confuse the people. I didn't think it was going to confuse the people, because there, like I said, there's an in-between here and there and here. And in order to get there, you got to start here. So that in-between is a struggle. And it's like I'm going from, the R&B, and then now I'm starting to do these type of songs. So I'm getting somewhere other than just R&B. It's like when they say God ain't through with me yet.
Yeah.
God didn't just snap his finger and the earth was here, and then it became there 7 days later.
Was there a favorite song of yours? The only reason I asked you that, because I could imagine you explaining this to me, the here from there, that maybe from the there was a favorite song, and then the in between, and then the later on. But is there an ultimate favorite song of yours, or in different phases there were favorite songs?
In different phases, because like I say, man, when I Believe I Can Fly woke me up out of my sleep, because I knew I had to get something. I wanted something not to match Michael Jordan.
This call is from a federal prison.
He asked me to write a song for his Space Jam.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I wanted to do a song that was big as him.
Wow.
Or bigger, and I wanted the song to be bigger than him and me put together. And I tripped it, and I woke up out of my sleep. It woke me up out of my sleep, and I was like, oh, my God, I don't know what this is, but I know it's big. And when I went in the studio and started messing with it, it came out to be I Believe I Can Fly. I knew what I had. I knew what it was, and I knew I had accomplished what I set out to accomplish, something as big as Michael Jordan or bigger, musically,
right,
that would match who he is,
But let me say this. Let me ask Kels. Look, man.
Yeah.
There have to be there is a certain depth in you for you to be able to reach as far down as you do, to be able to bring all that out of you, whether it's a song on sex, whether it's a song on I Believe I Can Fly.
Yeah.
There have to be, where did that come from? Does that come from pain, experiences?
It comes from struggle. The depth of your struggle can determine the height of your success. So my depth of struggle, it was so deep, coming up even from a kid. And for me to be musically gifted, when your gift, when your struggle feeds your gift, it feeds your passion. And when all those three things come together, it's like, oh my God, so when I sing or I write, I think that people can feel my struggle. They can feel my passion, where I'm at and where I'm trying to go. And they can hear my cry. Even if you listen to Bump and Grind, I believe you can hear my cry. And I believe that's what people spiritually connect to, and I'm just honest with what I'm doing. It just comes from my soul. Whether it's a sexual song, whether it's a God song, whatever song it is, I feel people going to feel it because I'm being honest about it, being real.
What?
Got 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't answer this next one. We'll have to continue.
What was it? Because I'm going to call you back.
Oh, because I wanted to know about the situation between the two worlds. Because nobody really, there's all kind of stories out there. The best of both worlds.
Yeah. Well, there are several worlds there, because there are several songs. It's like a painting. Picasso, whatever a great painter is not going to just to paint a picture of a naked lady, although you've seen great pictures of naked ladies.
Yeah.
Beautiful art, and they call it art, okay? However, there are titties and there are, vaginas and there are booties and all of that showing.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's art. It's a work of art, But the next painting he may paint may be a picture of a house. I look at myself as a painter. I paint different types of songs, different types of music, and I look at myself when I'm painting. When I'm doing music, I look at it as paint. I'll call you back.
Okay.
Okay.
From a federal prison. You will not be for this call. This call is from
Robert Kelly.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call, you may begin speaking now.
Yeah.
Just following up. Man.
Just run that back. Did you get my message? Oh, I told you I wanted you to call me so that I can record it again on a different source, so I can for radio. So I want to go through that again, what we talked about.
Oh no, it was just no, I was in the hospital for 6 days, due to blood clots. But here's the thing, I had blood clots in my whole left leg because I was supposed to have a cast removed from my leg in 2 weeks. But the cast ended up staying on for 2 months, even though I had been complaining about it here in the MCC because it was itching, it was hurt, it started swelling my leg and everything. So, and my leg was in so much pain that I took a walking cane and I beat the cast off myself after it was on for 2 months. I told one of the nurses here a month and a half ago that it felt like blood clots when I went down to do physical therapy, but I couldn't do physical therapy because my leg was hurting so bad after I had taken the cast off. But she felt on my legs, told me that it wasn't blood clot because if it was blood clot, it wouldn't be swollen, it would be smaller. Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
So after she told me it wasn't blood clot, I went back up to my cell, although I was still in severe pain every single day. Up until I went to the outside hospital about a month later, which was about 1.5 months later, which was about last week. I just went for a checkup. And when I saw the doctor, I told the doctor about my pain that I was having up and down my leg, my left leg. They ran a test on my leg. And come to find out, my entire left leg had blood clots from the bottom all the way up to the waist.
Didn't you tell me you took that cast off yourself?
Yeah, I had to because it was the day before Christmas for one, and and my leg had swollen in the cast until it was like no room to even put my finger down into it, So I definitely wasn't.
This call is from a federal prison.
I definitely wasn't getting ready to get to that itch and rub it or whatever, but it was just so swollen. It was just a lot of pain. So I took the cane that I had, I broke it, and started beating the cast, stabbing it until something, you know how hard a cast is. I mean, until something broke. I just started laying away at it just until it came off, which was the next day, which was Christmas. But they ended up keeping me in the hospital, because they said because of the blood clots, and the doctor told me that it was a good thing that I came to the hospital when I did, because it's a very dangerous situation, and how blood clot could have went to my heart or my lungs, and then they checked my lungs and everything. Thank God there was no blood clot in my lungs, but my leg was in severe pain as it is now. But they ended up keeping me in the hospital for 6 days. Now the problem is that it was a miscommunication, and that miscommunication could have cost me my life, which is why I really feel like I wish wish I was in the hospital right now and they hadn't let me go. Because to be told that I don't have blood clot here, and then go to an outside hospital a month and a half later and be told I do have blood clot, within a month and a half I could have died. And when I think about that, it just rocks my brain because.
What did she say to you to indicate you did not have blood clots, though? What did the nurse say in MCC? What did she say to you?
No, it was the physical. When I went to the physical therapy doctor, I told her that I couldn't do my physical therapy anymore because my whole leg is hurting.
Mm-hmm.
So she called in the nurse, and then the nurse looked at my leg. She felt on it up and down. I told her how it was painful, and it was very swollen. She did say it was swollen, and I said I believe it's blood clot. And she said no, it's not blood clot because your leg would actually be smaller.
Hmm.
So I don't know, man. I can't argue with these people. I'm not a doctor. I just guessed at it because I remember people in my family sometimes had blood clot. My auntie died from blood clot. When she was eating spaghetti, she just fell over and died. And she didn't come to find out blood clot had broke off and went to her heart. And so that's what I was going off of. But she had been complaining about a lot of pain. But anyway, man, when I said that, she said it wasn't blood clot. So I went back up to my cell after I left the doctor at the MCC here. And then come to find out that it is.
So I told you before that everyone knows how serious blood clots are. I have a personal friend of mine who died 2 months ago, a pulmonary embolism where the blood clot traveled to his lungs and killed him. This is something that's recently happened. You have a family member that has also died, and so I know at this particular time the seriousness of this situation is. I know you told me you talked to your attorney, and of course they might be putting lawsuits in, but what the lawsuit gonna do if you over there dead?
Yeah, I told my attorneys that too, but my attorney, she definitely was pissed because for one, when I got to the hospital and I found out they was admitting me, I asked, if I could talk to my attorney so I could at least let her know what was going on, because if they're going to admit me in the hospital and the doctor is telling me that it was a dangerous situation, I felt that I should at least been able to talk to my attorney, but I was denied an illegal call. And I would have told my attorney, look, tell my fiance, tell my family.
Yeah, man.
I was told her to tell my fiance what was going on.
Yeah.
Because if I died, nobody would have known. So that's why I just really needed to talk to my attorney.
Yeah.
This call is from the federal prison.
But anyway, the nurse told me, when I told the nurse about the cast, because she asked me, did I fall? How did I get that many blood clots? Because she said she never saw nothing like that. And she said one blood clot was from my knee all the way to my waistline. And she said, that's a whole blood clot. She said the other blood clots is going down back to my ankles. So that scared the hell out of me. I'm not going to lie, because like I say, so I told her I didn't fall or nothing. But when I told her about the cast situation, because after they did my surgery on my Achilles, the doctor, they put a cast on, and the doctor at the outside hospital told me to come back in 2 weeks, and we're going to take the cast off, and then you're going to start physical therapy. I said, okay. So, but they never took me back. And I kept complaining about the itching and the scratching after 2 weeks, and I was told I was supposed to go back, but they never took me back, and I kept on complaining. And that's why I ended up taking it off myself, So when I got to the hospital, I was, being there for 6 days. And like I say, not talking to my attorney. Then when I came, then they released me. And the day they released me, I was able to talk to my attorney, and I just felt like I just didn't understand why I wasn't able to talk to somebody while I was there. However, I'm in pain. They've given me medicine. Now, here's what the medicine they've given me does. It brings the pain down, but it never goes away. It brings it down, but it never goes away, which I stay uncomfortable. I stay turning and tossing. I'm trying to stretch, and they want me to move around. They want me to walk and move around. I would like to, but I'm still in pain. If I had the right medicine and I was not in pain, it would be easier to move around, easier to walk around and try to stretch my leg and try to move around a little bit to get the blood, help the blood clot. They do have me on blood thinners, but I don't know what's going on, man. It's a big difference when you're in a jail.
Yes.
And you're being taken care of or something like that. And I just want people to realize everybody's health matters are different. You can't treat everybody, every case the same way on the same schedule. You know, if I was in a hospital, I could be 10 to. You know, everything would be on a schedule. Everything would be going, you know, because you have nurses there. They're going to come every 4 hours, give you your morphine. They're going to come every 3 hours and give you your blood thinners. They're going to come every 2 or 3 hours to move your leg around and help you get up and walk it back and forth and do the whole thing. That's not the treatment you get when you're in a jail.
So can I ask you a question, brother? Are you being that the nurse who saw you said it was not blood clots, and then when you went to the doctor said to you that it was good that you got in there the time that you did, does that make you concerned about your life right now? Does that make you concerned that they didn't recognize it before and you could have been dead already? So
hell yeah, that's the first thing I thought about. Because look, let me tell you something. Only thing I have been talking about on this phone is that BOP officer stealing my records and doing what she did with it and causing my case to go the way it has. I don't give a damn about none of that now. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about an appeal. I don't care about my lawyer filing a motion, because guess what? If I die, you can't appeal that. If I die, you can't file a motion.
that's right.
You can't file a motion to come back from the death, from the dead.
That's right.
Okay, this is my life. This is the air I breathe. It's the only air I have, just like them. And I think they should think of me just like they think of themselves. Everybody loves to breathe. And when you start messing with people breathing, don't nobody care about no R. Kelly, no music, no, you know, even if I was to get the rest of my life in prison, I want to die old of natural causes. And I deserve that. I don't deserve to die because somebody miscommunicated or somebody took a guess at what's going on with my leg.
That's right.
I'm not supposed to die that way. You're not even supposed to take a chance on that. Because it was your child, if it was your father, if it was your mother, somebody you love, you would have said, go to the doctor. We need to get that checked out. We need to look at that. We need to x-ray that. They didn't even x-ray it. And that's why I'm speaking out on this, because I'm scared for my life in that area. And who wouldn't be?
That's right.
Who wouldn't be? They treat animals better than that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I feel you, brother.
I was in there handcuffed to a bed. My ankle was handcuffed to the bed. And I kind of understood that because, okay, I'm an inmate right now. But after 2 days of being there, they came in and said they had to restrain me more. And I'm like, what do you mean? Why? So they end up handcuffing my arm to the bed. Now my arm and my leg is handcuffed to the bed. So now it's not much more movement I can do, which I need to move, because once my leg is pain, I like to adjust it according to the pain, you know. But it's only so much you can do with your leg and your arm. And I'm figuring, damn, didn't the doctor tell you that there's no human way that I can be in shape to run or do anything? I can't kick you, and I can't run. So, but I don't know if that's the policy. Like I say, I don't know. I'm green at this shit, bro. I just know it's very uncomfortable. But I would take a hospital bed where there's nurses and a doctor coming in and out the room like they were any day over this, over being in here and not knowing what's going on, because it's stressing me the hell out.
And them not knowing what was going on. That's the problem. Them not knowing.
Exactly. If you feel you need me to call you back later, I can, man, because like I say, my minutes came on the 20 seconds, so I got extra minutes.
Yeah, it's very important that we get this out, because like I said, like you said, you can't do nothing, file a lawsuit, all that shit don't mean nothing if you dead.
Okay, I'll call you in a minute.
All right, well.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call, you may begin speaking now.
What's up, man?
Hey, fam.
It took so long. I be having to get in these lines, man.
That's all good. We here, though. I was just talking to Sharon on the phone, trying to explain some things to her, but she said she reached out to you or something.
She reached out to me.
She said she wrote you.
Oh, yeah, she sent me, some emails. I just got some mail or some flyers or something.
Yeah. I'll write you something, but just trying to let her know, that yes, we want to, and we will continue to do everything we've been doing to get, the things out about,
My thinking has switched a little bit to this, bro. I'm still, like I say, I'm on top of this BOP Officer 8 situation. I'm not, my lawyer is on top of that. We're all on top of that, and I don't want to stop. But my concern is this pain, and my concern is what's going on with my health.
That's what I told her. I told her, listen, just like you said, I said, Kel said it best. I mean, even if it was a lawsuit and all that, what does it really matter if he's in there dead? And that right now, it takes precedent right now, to me and to him, to everybody, it should, that this situation is paramount right now, this one here, and I'm in total agreement with R. Kelly is what I told her,
Yeah, and God knows, I don't like to talk about my medical business, but, a lot of this stuff is public. My lawyer said it was okay to talk about it, but I don't like talking about it. But this situation, it kind of forces me to make an exception. Now, I have caught tuberculosis while being in here. I have caught COVID 3 times while being locked up. I have been brutally attacked while I was asleep. Had my jaw fractured, my rib chipped in here, in which I told them here at the MTC a month prior to the attack that this white boy was going to attack me because he had been threatening me. And he still ended up attacking me while I was in my sleep. And after the attack, the guy, they put us in the SHU. And this guy sent a motion to the clerk saying that the government put him up to it. And nothing was done about this. No charges was brought or nothing. Just went away. Then I got diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. Then I got diagnosed with diabetes in here. I've had 2 major surgeries in here. And now blood clots in my whole leg. Man, I was not sentenced to none of these things. And I definitely was not sentenced to death. That's why my mind, my stress, and everything else has shifted to this. Because you're right. If I'm gone, I'm dead, God forbid, and I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But in the midst of life, we are in the midst of death, so that's a reality check. But if anything were to happen to me, an appeal doesn't matter. Motion doesn't matter. Fighting for my life, fans trying to rally up or do whatever they do on the internet to talk about free R. Kelly, it doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is my health. Everything else comes after that. Does that mean stop sending letters to the DOJ? No, because I'm still alive. That means stop talking on the internet about what the injustice that I'm receiving due to this BOP officer intoxicated? No, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, yeah, keep doing that. But it's time to add the whole suit to what's going on. Not just the tie, the shirt, the shoe, the whole suit. But what matters the most, man, is my health, and that's why I'm talking about this. Because I get so paranoid now, man. I just feel like, I don't know, man. Maybe that's people's plan. You know, I don't know. And I've talked to Psych, and I've talked about this stuff so much, man. And I've let these people know so much, and I'm continuing to talk. But it doesn't do me any good. I don't want, I get off of puzzles and pencils and all of this shit. I don't want no goddamn puzzles. Pencils, I don't want no medicine. Medicine cannot cure corruption.
This call is from a federal prison.
I just need somebody to hear my story and hear the truth in my story and do something about it. Because if the law breaks the law and get away with it, then our democracy, everything, the Constitution, all of that, it's in vain. It doesn't even mean anything. There are soldiers fighting overseas and everywhere, man, for years and years and years for our liberty, for our freedom, and our justice and Constitution. If that Constitution can be violated like mine has, what does that fight even mean? What does all of this even mean? It's nothing. That's what I'm feeling like. It's nothing when it comes to violating my constitutional rights, when it comes to my human health.
Let me ask you a question, bro. Personal. Again, are you fearing for your life in there?
Absolutely. Now, am I fearing for my life that maybe somebody's trying to kill me? Well, I'm fearing for my life.
Your medical.
I'm fearing for my life because the incompetence and the mistakes and the miscommunications that go on. But I'm like a man with I don't want to be shot by accident or on purpose. It doesn't matter to me whether it's on purpose, somebody trying to hurt me or kill me or doing it by accident.
That's right, absolutely.
It doesn't matter. I don't want to be fucking shot.
Yeah.
If you understand my metaphor.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of somebody might make a mistake.
And they did. And it almost cost you your life.
And they did. And that's why.
And they did.
And when I said that this guy is threatening me on this phone outside my room every day, do something about it. I felt I should have been separated from him, or he should have been separated from me. But it didn't happen.
And when you said that your pain...
He spent 19, and a month later he spent 19 seconds in my room while I'm asleep with headphones in my ear, kicking me in my face. It could have went any way, Andre. It could have went any type of way. It only takes 2 seconds. 19 seconds is too long.
1 second is too long. I want to say this to you, that I said that they already did make the mistakes, and that might have been a situation, but then you came back again when about your leg, and when you got the cast on there, and they were supposed to go back to the doctors in 2 weeks, but you didn't go back, and after 2 months, when you went and told them what you was feeling, and the nurse came in from your physical therapy and said that it wasn't blood clots, but then you told me, and I want to make sure that I'm quoting you right, that you quoted the doctor. The doctor said you're fortunate that you came in the time that you did.
Yes, that is exactly what he said, and I'm quoting him.
So now this is another time in which you express your concerns, and another time that they got it wrong that could have cost your life again.
That's my point, and that's why I've talked about it, because the attack happened 3 years ago, so I haven't even talked out about that. So I'm talking out about that now because of what just happened. Now I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the tuberculosis that happened. I'm talking about me catching diabetes, getting diabetes in here. I mean, they don't give me the same food they give at the hospital. Let's just face it, it's more healthier. And in a time such as this, I felt like I should have still been there because of everything that was, it was just better for me, health-wise, to get me back. But I got sent back, still with the blood clot in my legs.
Oh.
So then why even take me if you're going to bring me back the same way?
That's right.
These are my...
Because the risk is still there. The same risk before you went, you got the same risk now. At any moment, what happened to your auntie could happen. And it has to be terrifying to have to live with that, the thought of death at any time, when you have raised a concern over and over again.
It's very terrifying, man. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be on this goddamn phone talking about it.
This call is from a federal prison.
I wouldn't even be on this phone talking about it, because I know they listen to me and all my calls and my emails and all that stuff. But guess what, bro? I don't give a damn no more, because guess what? This is my life we're talking about now. This ain't about no case.
Well, if they're listening, I'm glad that they're listening, because, people need to be held accountable. It might not be the whole institution. It could be individuals, but whatever it is, there are two dramatic things that have happened that almost cost you your life. And that is a concern, a major concern. A major concern.
And that's my only concern. That major concern. And rightfully so. That's just where I'm at, man.
So, do you feel, just asking a question, that what's the use of you continuing to express things that you know have the potential of happening when no one listens to you? And those things did happen. The guy that attacked you, you expressed it. Your leg, you expressed it. And still no one paid attention, and your life was almost lost. What is that?
That's called buried alive. It's equivalent to being buried alive. You're supposed to be buried. They say rest in peace. You're not supposed to know you're up in the damn casket 6 feet under, screaming and nobody can hear you. But there are people that put you there that know you're there and they know you're alive. The whole purpose of burying you alive is so people can't hear you. If people can't hear you, they can't have sympathy for you. If they don't know you're buried alive, they can't open up. They don't care about opening up an investigation, because they don't even know or feel they don't feel what you feel, because they don't even know you're down in the casket. They don't know your location or where you're at, so they can't feel the emotions of damn. But when you look up one day and they go, well, whatever happened to Robert? Whatever was going on? That's how I feel. I'm kicking really crazy down in this box. And I don't care who dig me up. But I do feel that there's a crack in the box. That's the good news. With this BOP officer, what she did, all has to happen is the right person needs to hear and see the crack. I do believe that God will have someone dig me up, and that's all that matters. But it's equivalent to being buried alive. That's the best way to put it, man.
That's heavy. And I get it. Been there.
We got 15 seconds, man. And,
right. Well, I'm going to get busy with this, man. And, in no sense of saying stay strong. You ain't got no other choice.
Yeah.
But we got it on record, and we going to put it out.
Okay.
Honey, it's R. Kelly, so don't be too loud.
And subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all future calls, press 7. You may begin speaking now.
That's right.
What's up, family?
Feel a little better, man. They gave me some better medicine about an hour ago. I feel a lot better.
Oh, did they? They just came in and did it?
They called me down and gave me some, Tylenol 3 codeine, baby. Keep it 100.
Right.
For 5 minutes, that situation was solved. Shit. And medicine don't negotiate, man.
Oh, but I'm trying to tell you. And that pain don't either.
Hey, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Pain do not negotiate.
Right. Shit, that shit is... Huh?
I want to make sure we was all on the same page, man, because I tell you, bro, you make a lot of sense when I'm talking to you. And I know I'll be trying my best to make sense when I'm talking because I only know how to keep it real. When you're keeping it real, you can't do nothing but make sense. But look, Sharon keep stressing me out, bro. You got to let her know to stop doing it. She emailing me talking about, you want to stop people you want people to stop sending letters and all of this stuff. Why is that? Why?
Listen, she got good intention, but she's a warrior. Listen, I told her several times. I've had whole conversations with her, and let me just keep it really 100 with you. I said, Sharon, let me tell you something. I know you got great intentions. I know you sharp, but listen. I don't guess my way. I know what I'm doing. I have achieved things in what I'm doing, right? I said, listen, right now, Kels and I are on the same page. Ain't nobody saying stop the letter. Listen, the letters is one part. That's cool. But right now, we talking about his health right now, okay? And I said, listen, what I'm not going to do is, because I've been there. You ain't been there. I've been there, right? So I said, what I'm not going to do, when I know a man's life is on the line, get to talking about some goddamn letters to him. Are you serious? We gonna deal with what's at hand because, like he told me, I'm telling her what you told me. Listen, a lawsuit and none of that shit's gonna bring him back to life.
Right, exactly.
So we need to be on one page right now, and that's about making sure that he's living, he's getting what he's need, right? But this girl is just, whoo! But I'm going to talk to her again, man.
I know. So, like I told my lawyers, man, some people, man, it's like an apple tree. An apple tree is good. Apples are good for you. But you're going to have some bad apples on that tree.
Yeah.
That don't mean you chop the tree down, don't let the tree go.
Right.
But just don't pick the bad apples. Throw them motherfuckers away and continue to pick the good apples.
I'm talking about for real. I'm talking about for real.
A lot of people I know they got bad apples. I get good, but sometimes you get good apples from them. And as long as you know what good apples are, you're gonna continue to get the good apples from her. But like I say, man, I just want to make sure me and you on the same page. Because when she sent me that, it felt weird to me. I'm like, okay, let me call my man.
Because I told her yesterday, because she kept telling me, man, don't let nobody stop the letters. I said, listen, that's already in the process. I said, but listen, understand, that's already going down, right? I said, but you got to understand. I said, your mind is in one direction about some damn letters, and that's cool. I said, but this is a whole nother level. So we got to put this on top of the letters because this is a man's life.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to talk to her again, man. Yeah, I'm going to talk to her again.
I just don't, I don't want to respond to her because I get mad when she send me that stuff. And I know I respond in a bad way, so I just don't respond at all.
No, I got you. I got it. I
said things on the email, man, but I ain't got time for that. I just
know.
ignore it. So if you want me to start responding to you, you have to start being positive. Stop sending me the negative part of you. Stop sending me, if you want to spend the rest of your life in jail, then you'll just, then just do what you're doing, and I'll just stop and walk away.
Oh, that's just, come on, man. I told her to stop that shit. I told her, I said, this is not about you. Whatever you think you're going through, you blessed in compares to what he's facing and going through right now. I said, do you think the man need to be dealing with that shit in his mind right now? I'm gonna take care of it, man. I'm gonna take care of it.
Yeah, man. Just tell her to just keep it positive. You keep talking about...
This call is from a federal prison.
Manifest what you want. You talk about positive things happen. I understand that. But then here you go. You continue to talk about negative stuff. Don't send me that stuff because I'm really in a positive mode. I believe in the people I'm working with, you and a couple other people, man. And, I believe in it, so I'm in a positive mode, but we just had that curveball hit me when I ended up in the hospital, and that curveball ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Of course I want people to continue to, write the letters and everything else, but I don't want it to go unknown or what's going on with me either, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I told her, I said, listen.
Just like I called you and told you, look, man, I just got some medicine, I feel good, I shared what the energy is.
Right. And that's what we were most concerned about. That's why we put the conversation, the information out there. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. Shit.
Yeah. I just don't want to run into that into that misunderstanding, for the future.
No, I'll take care of it. I'm gonna take care of it. I told her, I said, have you ran a campaign before? Do you know anything about bringing people together? Do you know about building a narrative? Have you done it? Have you dealt with systems before? Have you dealt with anybody in politics before? Okay, well, you guessing, I'm not guessing. Okay? You brought me on board. Let me do what I do. You don't do what I do. Let me do what I do. You guessing.
Don't panic.
Yeah, you guessing about it. I'm not guessing. I know what I'm doing. I've done it. So you let me do what I'm doing. I try to tell her that.
Let me read this quick little thing.
All right, go ahead.
Because I know I talked about, you asked me how I felt, and I was like, man, I feel buried alive, But I don't like to scramble on it, so this is what I was going to tell you. When you're buried alive, the one who buried you is not going to put your name on some tombstone. Why? Because they're not going to want anybody to know you're buried. That way, people won't even know to grieve over you. Because if they don't ever realize you're buried alive, they won't be peeking around for answers as to what happened to you. They would have no need for closure, which would make a full investigation the furthest thing from their minds. In other words, what this BOP Officer A and Tasha K did to me, and by them not being charged for it and having to come to court and answer to their crimes, I feel like that's keeping me buried alive. And that's why I'm kicking in this casket, hoping that everybody continue to write to the DOJ. Because I do believe that that's the only thing that's going to dig me up. But that's what I was trying to say last night when we was talking, man.
So let me ask you a question, man. Because you mentioned something, and I think it's pertinent. You said answer for their crimes. My question is, why don't they deal with it as a crime? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that with anybody else's situation, when you're tampering with witnesses and everything, they deal with that strongly because it's a federal offense? What is it you think they don't deal with this as a crime? What Tasha K did?
For one, it's a high-profile crime.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's high profile as this, it's sort of like, let's take just for an example, George Floyd. Just imagine if that wasn't caught on tape.
Mm.
Because that was caught on tape, the whole world shifted.
Mm-hmm.
It shook the ethos. Because it was caught on tape, people saw it. They saw it. With this BOP officer A doing what she did, and Tasha K doing what she did, and saying it, not knowing, just blabbering her mouth, drinking her wine, sipping on her unwind with Tasha K with her ego and her just put it all out there. She didn't know what she was doing, so she put it on tape. When she put it on tape, the BOP, they panicked, of course, and they called it into Internal Affairs. Internal Affairs did the investigation, checked into it, and saw that, oh my God, she really did send this to this blogger, this BOP officer. So they seized her computer, kept it in the OIG, where it currently is now, and they saw things that would have helped me in my case. And this happened in 2019. Which means I should have never went to New York to even go to trial until the full investigation.
So let me back up a little bit. You said they saw things.
This call is from a federal prison.
They saw crimes.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Because for one, common sense will tell you, this lady did not do this for a whole 6 months, 153 times for free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So in the full investigation, and it says it in the search warrant. Matt Lou, he says it himself, the special agent who did the search warrant. He says that he did not disclose everything known to him in this search warrant. He didn't disclose everything. Well, if that's the case, there is more.
That's that.
If I give you a couple of now laters and tell you, hey, look, I got a whole pack of now laters, I'm going to give you a couple, then automatically you know I got more. So he said he did not disclose everything. And if that's the case, what is the rest? In any investigation, I don't care if it's somebody stole a pencil. If it's investigated, you have to know at some point the whole full investigation. So we know who stole the pencil, why they stole the pencil, where did they steal the pencil from, how much did they get to steal the pencil, who was working with them when they stole the pencil. But by this being a high-profile case, R. Kelly's name is involved. There's a lot of shit riding on that. And there's a lot of heads that can roll, because if that BOP officer comes to court and she has to answer 1, 2, or 3 questions, who allowed you to just walk away from this crime? She has to answer that question, Dre.
Under oath.
Under oath. Because she ain't her own boss. She worked for a boss. So whoever that boss is, because Matt Lou did the right setup. He did the setup. He did the search warrant. The search warrant is there. The judge signed off on that. So now, we all know you gave this very confidential federal information to a YouTube blogger, and you've been doing it for 6 months. That's established. We ain't got to argue about that. That's in black and white. Now, we also know that it's a federal crime to do that. If I stole a car 153 times, and that's 153 times I stole a car, which means they're not going to arrest me for stealing one of the cars. I'm not going to be charged for just one of the cars, because it was 153 cars. So if you've been accessing my for 6 months, and you did it 153 times, and you shared that information with K, and she say she shared that information, because that's when it became criminal. When Tasha K shared it with federal witnesses in my case, that's when it became criminal.
Well, no. It became criminal when she received it.
I'm talking about Tasha K, yeah.
When she received it, it became criminal.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, it became criminal as far as BOP Officer A.
Mm-hmm.
Because now the action of Tasha K falls on BOP Officer and makes her aid and abetting, because she the one supplied the tools.
That's right.
For Tasha K to even commit those crimes.
Yeah, so they both committed the crimes.
Yeah, because Tasha K couldn't have shared that material with witnesses in my case if it hadn't been provided to her by BOP Officer A. And that's what they're trying to hide. You can't hide it, though.
Right.
It's a pimple. It has to pop at some point. It's science at this point. You understand?
Yes.
So I can call you back later if you want me. I got a couple extra minutes.
Okay, holler back at me.
All right.
Okay.
No, be
You will
quiet.
not be charged for this call. This call is from
Robert Kelly.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all future calls, press 7. You may begin speaking now.
Okay.
What's up, Amy? Your girl.
Yeah.
Your girl, boy, she's something else, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she got... But, oh, well.
You know that guy that be rushing at that football player with the ball, jump over him and keep going? That's me right now, and I hope that's you.
Trust me. Yeah, for real.
Anything in my review don't matter.
Right?
So, I'm just going to keep on running, bro.
Yeah.
And let nothing get me off my focus.
Well, you know. Some people...
Sometimes the same people that put you on focus is the same ones that can take you off of it.
Well, you know what it be, man? What it be is, you know that old saying, some people come for the season, and you know when they fulfill whatever God had them do, then you know they completed their assignment.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you know, I'm not tripping one way or the other. You know, my focus is what we doing. I just want to make sure you cool too with it.
No, I'm all the way. That's why I keep calling. You got time for me to read this?
Come on, man.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go. BOP Officer A was never charged for her federal crimes she committed against me back in 2019 when she illegally accessed my federal jail records 153 times during a 6-month period. Officer A scanned 12 pages of my jail records and sent them to her own personal account. Officer A tore off every corner of each page where the times and dates would have been. That means she knew what she was doing if she did that. She knew what those, what she was going to be using those for. Then she sent all of my federal jail records to the famous YouTube blogger, Tasha K, who stated out of her own mouth to over 1 million of her followers, her viewers, that she shared my federal restricted jail records with federal witnesses in my very high-profile cases. She also stated that she shared them with parents of government witnesses in my cases. And by Tasha K stating that, she's telling her viewers and the whole world, including the government, the law, that she tampered with government witnesses. Now, and I keep on saying this because I just hope it's not going over my head. Is it me?
No, you got to keep saying
does
it.
that go over people's heads? Because that's illegal. It's a federal crime to tamper with federal witnesses. Period. And here Tasha K is on her own platform, and it's called Unwind with Tasha K. And she's sipping wine, telling on herself, telling the world how she illegally interfered with my high-profile federal case by sharing confidential jail records that were provided by BOP Officer A with government witnesses in my case. Tasha K told her viewers that she have the plug. She said it. It's in the search warrant. Now, what is the plug? Well, according to the search warrant, that federal agent Matt Liu executed on BOP Officer A's desktop computer, seized it, and it's written.
This call is from a federal prison.
It's written right there in black and white in the search warrant. The plug is Officer A. Now, what makes Officer A the plug? Because Officer A is the one who provided Tasha K with all of my jail records. For Tasha K to show to my girlfriend, who after seeing all of my jail records, got angry. She got mad as hell. She became scorned. And then the government star witness testifying against me in my New York case. So Tasha K committed federal crimes by receiving federal restricted law enforcement information. She committed federal crimes by sharing that restricted information with government witnesses. But nothing was done about it. No charges was brought. Tasha K is just living her best life after illegally playing a major role in destroying minds. And the sad part about it is the same law that's supposed to protect me and my jail records is the same law that's applied her with my jail records. To commit the crimes against me. Officer A aided and abetted Tasha K's crimes. Officer A is not her own boss, which means whoever her boss is, they allowed Officer A to get away with multiple federal crimes and then just conveniently retire without any consequences whatsoever. Now, I'm going to keep it 100. There is no way in hell a BOP disciplinary hearing officer is supposed to be a YouTube blogger's plug. For the YouTube blogger to get all of my federal jail records from.
Wow.
Before I even go to trial. So that the YouTube blogger, Tasha K, can share all of my jail records with my girlfriend in an attempt to get her angry enough at me to become a star witness in my case. And I'm going to say it one more time because it just don't make sense. There is no way in hell a disciplinary hearing officer is supposed to be a YouTube blogger's plug. For the YouTube blogger to get the information from, federal information to share with my girlfriend, to get her mad at me, mad enough and scorned enough for her to get up on the stand and say anything they want her to say about me. And that's what happened here. That is exactly what happened here. And the second Officer A decided to tamper with my federal jail records is the second she decided to tamper with my liberty, my due process, my trial, and now my health and my life.
Well, can we talk about what didn't happen? What didn't happen is accountability for Officer A. What didn't happen is accountability for the crime that Tasha K did. What didn't happen is really important as what did happen. Because what didn't happen happened to everybody else that witnessed tampers. Everyone knows that if you witness tamper, that's a federal crime. Everybody knows that. People know about witness tampering because they've seen mafia cases where witnesses were tampered with and what happens when witnesses tampering with. This is how we know, and most of us, the severity of witness tampering.
Well, witness tampering is the reason why R. Kelly, did not even get bond once I got arrested because they were saying I was going to witness tamper. So I was not even able to get bond because of it. But while I'm sitting in here for 2 years before I even go to trial, Officer A, Tasha K, was witness tampering.
This call is from a federal prison.
I've got to stop pretending otherwise.
Can we talk about real quick the conditions, because you expressed something that is so important that people need to continually understand. The place in which this Officer A had done this criminal offense was a place that she had only been there for 6 months. But I want you to explain what happened to that place. That same place that this offense would happen.
Well, according to the search warrant, she worked at the Thompson Correctional Center in Illinois. And that's in Illinois. And when she was illegally accessing and stealing and sharing my federal information, she was working at the Thompson Center.
Oh, okay.
And the Thompson Center is now closed down as of, I guess, a couple months ago. Now it's all on the news because of their corruption.
This is on the news that this happened.
It was all on the news. I saw it in the jail. It was all on the news, and everybody's been emailing me about it. The Thompson Correctional Center was closed down. Now, when I call you back, I give you all of that information. But it was closed down because of why? Because of the corruption that was going on there. But they never mentioned that this BOP Officer A was working there at the time all of that corruption was going on.
Wow.
Because nobody wants you to know that, oh yeah, and by the way, she was also stealing R. Kelly's, Officer A worked there as well, and she was stealing R. Kelly's information for 6 whole months.
Wow.
Sharing it with Tasha K.
So this same place that was closed down, the feds closed it down, was the same place that this woman happened to be for 6 months. And this is where this crime occurred, at the same place that the feds closed down. Because...
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow.
But like I say, of course they're not going to mention that, that she was stealing my stuff and had access to my jail records 153 times.
So obviously there was an environment,
for 7 months.
but there was an environment of corruption at this particular place. From what I understood, how long had she been working there?
For 7 months.
So she had just started working at that particular place?
She was working there for 7 months. Yeah, that's what the paper says.
And can you explain the importance of her position so that people can understand the level of who she was within?
Well, she's not just some security guard. She's not just a regular employee. She is a disciplinary hearing officer, and that's a judge in the Bureau of Prisons.
Wow.
She's a judge. Meaning if you do anything in jail or you do anything wrong while you're in jail, she judges you. She sentences you to this, that, or the other.
So if anybody does anything in jail, she is the person that the situation is sent to, and she's the one to decide the outcome of a situation.
Absolutely. Discipline. She disciplines you.
Wow.
Just like any judge sentence you and discipline you. Disciplinary hearing officer.
Wow.
So she's a high up officer. And look, man, just the fact that they've hidden her for the 4 years since she's committed these crimes and get to retire, and I don't mean to sound all trying to be like a patriot or none of that stuff, but I know there's many lives are sacrificed every day in honor of the Constitution, due process, liberty, and they say justice for all. But when the law breaks the law, when Officer A do what she did and be able to get away with it, it fails those who actually made those sacrifices, because they made those sacrifices for all justice, the justice system to work for everybody, including me. I'm not supposed to be in here on a 15-minute call every day struggling, trying to bring awareness to a crime that was committed against me by an officer of our government. when the government they're already aware of the crimes.
Per the search warrant.
Yeah, they're already aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the point? The point is to bring awareness of a crime because you want to bring awareness to it because you want the law to get involved, you know, so they can do something about it. Well, the law knows all about Officer A stealing and sharing my jail records and sending it to, you know, the famous blogger Tasha K. The law already know about Tasha K sharing my jail records with government witnesses in my case before I ever went to trial. The reason I know this, the reason my attorney know this, because it's in the search warrant. You don't even you need the investigation, the full investigation, but enough is in the search warrant to show that the crimes were committed. Okay,
I got a question. I got a question for you real quick. Now we understand the significance of the position of this Agent A, right? We understand that she holds a real powerful position within the BOP. With a position like that, do you know who would be over her? Because she's going to be over most people if everything is sent to her. Do you know who would be over her?
No, but I do know this. Whoever's over BOP Officer A is the law over BOP Officer A. And it's the law going up, not down.
That's right. That's right.
A boss is a boss is a boss is a boss. I'm going to call you back. Stay on that thought, man, and we can talk about it.
Okay.
Back in 30
All right.
minutes.
All right.
Robert Kelly.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this, you may begin speaking now.
Kels.
What's up, man?
Okay, you remember when we left off?
I think so.
I do, but go ahead.
Yeah. About the boss, who's the boss of...
Exactly. The fact that she is in the position that she's in, like a judge, who we think is above that within the BOP.
Well, there could be a few people, man. You know, this is the government overall. You know, and everybody works for somebody in the government. You know, and you know, the BOP employee, you know, any BOP employee works for somebody higher over them. And so by this being a disciplinary hearing officer, you know, she or he knows more than anybody not to do what she did.
Right.
Like I said before, when the search warrant says when anybody turns on the TrueView system, which is the BOP system, their computer, when they come to work, the first thing that shows up on the computer is the warning banner, and it tells them to have no expectation of anybody's privacy. It says it. They know it. They're trained to know it. So, in this Officer A, she bypassed that. She ignored that warning banner, and it's a warning banner for a reason. And then when she did that, it was recognized by a BOP employee who reported it to the warden at the MCC here in Chicago, where I'm at now.
Oh, okay. So that's new information for me. You're saying that an employee, a regular employee beneath her, was the one that reported this superior's activity.
Exactly. Well, she reported Tasha K talking about my private jail records on Tasha K's Unwind with Tasha K. And when she saw that, she knew that information could only be known from the inside.
Got you.
And when she reported it to the BOP warden here at MCC, he reported it to Internal Affairs. And Internal Affairs reported to the DOJ. And that's when a search warrant was executed on BOP Officer A.
Okay.
And that's how that search warrant came to be.
Oh, okay.
And it was sealed at first. But then sometimes it got unsealed, and then the Sun-Times leaked it out, put it out, and then the Tribune put it out. That was in 2021.
Got you.
And that's how I found out about it.
When did your attorney find out about it?
And 3 weeks before my verdict.
Wow.
In 2021.
Wow.
And they told me about it. And I was like, well, is the trial going to be stopped until we find out what was leaked? Because the prosecutors didn't tell us everything, didn't give us detail. They just said somebody, a DOP employee. But it was not just some employee. It was a disciplinary hearing officer. They didn't only leak my information. They actually gave my information to Tasha K.
Sure.
They didn't give us all the details. And they said they was not going to stop the trial until the investigation was done, but they was going to do the investigation. But I got found guilty, obviously, and sentenced to 30 years. And then when I come back to Chicago, I saw it in the Sun-Time paper somebody gave me that this was a full-blown investigation done on BOP Officer A, and it was all in the paper that Tasha K had spilled all of my information that she had been given to by BOP Officer A. Which is what the prosecutors did tell us 3 weeks before my verdict. But this all took place in 2019, which means I should have never even went to trial until there was a full investigation on it.
Absolutely.
But
This call is from a federal prison.
it's because they knew that would have helped me. So they was aware of it in 2019. It was done in 2019.
Okay, wait.
Working at the Thompson Center.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. They was aware of this in 2019?
Absolutely, because that's when Tasha K was talking about it.
In 2019. Oh.
Yeah, going into 2020. And then the BOP officer employee noticed it on Tasha K's platform, Unwind with Tasha K. And she reported it to the warden. So now that warden knows about it. So when the warden found out about it, he reported it to Internal Affairs, which means Internal Affairs knows about it.
Right.
And once Internal Affairs gave it to DOJ, it ain't like they waited a year. They let them know right away. So they all knew about it around the same time.
Wow.
They did an investigation. They did a search warrant executed by Matt Locke at that time. And come to find out that indeed there were criminal activity going on, so they seized her desktop computer, the BOP Officer A. And they have it to this day. That was 4 years ago, man. But I didn't know it. I was still sitting here in the MCC in Chicago before I even went to trial.
So even though they knew all this information, they never informed you guys about it until
3 weeks before my verdict.
3 weeks before your verdict. And that was in 2021. So for over 2 years, they had this information and withheld it until they withheld it through the whole trial and did not say anything until 3 weeks before your sentencing.
Verdict.
3 weeks before your verdict. Sorry.
Yep.
But they knew this in 2019. That's heavy right there.
How could they not? They did this. How could they not? The search warrant happened in 2020. The information was passed that she was doing it in 2019.
Wow.
She was doing it in 2019 when she was at the Thompson Correctional Center in Illinois.
Wow. Yeah, this is...
She was accessing it for 6 straight months. She was there for 7 months. 6 of those months, she was accessing my information illegally and scanning it to her own Gmail accounts, tearing the pages off where the dates and times would be, and giving them to Tasha K.
Wow. 153 times.
153 times.
Yeah, this is mind-boggling, man. This is. Yeah, I never get. This is baffling. But this shows you how systems have worked in this country, and particularly, and I'm sorry to say, but the evidence bears witness against African American, and particularly African American men, and how much more that the fact of the matter that they had all this information and did not share this, did not say anything. Had you go, man, go ahead.
Yeah, because I can't imagine the BOP employee telling the warden, then the warden telling the DOJ, the Internal Affairs, and then Internal Affairs reporting it to the DOJ.
Right.
And then it just stops there. It
Right.
doesn't stop there.
No.
The prosecutors know it as well. So you understand. So once they know it, it should stop. It should say, "Hey, hold on. We got to see what this is, what this is all about." Which they did. But when they did, this is my guess, my heart, and I would bet my breath that they saw things that they didn't want to see, because what they saw would absolutely 100,000% help my case.
Well, at the least, stop all your case. So if they would have to stop it, then of course it would help it. But I'm saying they had to understand the significance of it, the fact that they did not release it until 3 weeks before your verdict.
Well,
So
they didn't even release it. They just played it down like an employee. They only said an employee, a BOP employee, leaked some of my information.
But they didn't. It was nothing more than that. Because you did say it was sealed. It was sealed until when did they unseal it?
2021.
Wow. Yeah, it baffles me all the time. I can't, every time you tell me I pick up more information about how I'm not shocked by the way of their behavior. I'm not shocked because they have behaved this way a lot within this country towards African Americans in particularly, but it's rare that the evidence gets out the way we have right now. That's what's rare.
Yeah, basically she was a co-conspirator.
Oh, absolutely.
The case, criminal interference in my trial. That's just, it's no other way to look at that. Unless they changed the law. Unless they changed it and I didn't know it. But they didn't change it. She was a co-conspirator.
Oh, definitely.
She aided and abetted Tasha K in her crimes and doing what she was doing. And she knew what she was doing because she took off the doggone dates and times off the corner of the pages.
Which shows intent.
She sent it to her.
Which shows intent.
This call is from a federal prison.
They knew what they was doing. And all of this happened in 2019.
Yeah.
Me and my girl was cool. We was in love. We was cool. She was sending me pictures. She was sending me letters for 6 months. But at the end of those 6 months, everything just changed within 3 weeks, like a light switch just switched off.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question because this is in my mind. Does the search warrant say how was there a relationship between Agent A and Tasha K prior? Does a search warrant say? Does a search warrant say that she was the one that sought out to deliver this illegal activities to Tasha K? How did that happen? Does a search warrant say anything about that?
No, I just said that's where she got it from, and then it shows the date and time, how the date that she did it, that she accessed it, and was the time that Tasha K. They showed their communications back and forth, and how Tasha K. put it out there.
Yeah, but Tasha K. was aware that she was having materials because she did say, from what I can recall, you telling me that she had the plug.
She had the plug, yes, and that's all in the search warrant. And just like I told you when I called my girl Cookie on the emails, all of that is in the search warrant. How somebody called their girlfriend Cookie, and everything, and even how I misspelled a certain thing when Tasha K. said she had the plug on, how I don't know how to read or write or spell, and all of that's in the search warrant as well. Matt Lou, he mentioned all of that. But the interesting thing is he said that in this search warrant, I am not disclosing all the things I know about.
Wow.
He said that in the search warrant.
Wow.
He's not disclosing everything. Just enough to show you that there was a criminal activity going on BOP Officer A's computer. And Tasha K. name is in that search warrant at least 60 times. It's a 24-page.
The search warrant is 24 pages?
It's 24 pages.
Wow. Wow.
It's 24 pages.
Wow.
And it only take one page. Once you start reading it, you know. But when you go through the whole thing, it tells you everything about.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking about is this 24 pages from a search warrant that nobody has done anything about. That's what I'm thinking about right now.
Well, nobody's done nothing about it because nobody knew about it. And then when we did know about it, now I'm talking out because I don't care anymore, man. I'm not, my lawyer told me it's okay to talk about it because it's the absolute truth. It's public knowledge. The search warrant is public knowledge now, so anybody can go to it and see it for themselves, unless they done hid it or sealed it again. But right. It's not. It's unsealed.
Yeah, but again, for there to be a 24-page search warrant finding of illegal activities, and the government hasn't done anything about that as far as we know, because there's nobody been arrested, nobody is going to trial. The only person that's been arrested and gone to trial is you, right?
Well, when I call you back, man, let's talk about why nobody has went to trial.
Absolutely.
Because wow, this is crazy, but just to let you know, after we talked this last time, the next time I call you, if you can, man, get some of this to Corey, because I'm not gonna have the time to really call him or other
Okay, people. I definitely will.
Because
that's why I'm getting all the information in detail. That's why I'm glad you're talking to me about it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm gonna call you back. I can try to call you back in about 40 minutes.
All right. I'll be here.
All right.
Okay, well.
To accept this call, press 5. To block this call, you may begin speaking now.
Okay. I got lucky and got in this line on this phone.
Blessings. Let's go.
Okay. So I got the search warrant in my face right now.
Okay.
Right? I can't read this whole thing, but I got a few things that I've been studying, that I've been underlining and writing. Okay. The date that this search warrant was issued was February 27th, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
At 12:40 p.m.
Okay.
It was signed off on by Magistrate Judge David M. Wiseman. Okay. So here's one of the things it says, and I'm quoting. This is what Matt Lew, the agent that executed the search warrant on BOP Officer A. Now, just so you know, they refer to me in here as Inmate A.
Okay.
It says, I have not included each and every fact known to me concerning this investigation.
Wow.
That's what Matt Lew says in here.
Wow.
I have not included each and every fact known to me concerning this investigation. Then he says, I have set forth facts that I believe are sufficient to establish probable cause to believe that evidence and instrumentalities of violations of Title 18 United States Code Section 103 A to B. Then it says here, Officer A was suspected of accessing sensitive law enforcement information maintained on BOP's electronic system and providing that sensitive information to an individual who then released the information on social media platforms. Then it says on another page, one of the pages, according to Officer A's personal file provided by BOP, Officer A is a former federal BOP disciplinary hearing officer. Officer A was assigned to the Thompson Correctional Center from May 14, 2019 through December 31st, 2019.
That's significant, Kales, because the search warrant read she was assigned. That's important because now we know that leads us to who was above her, the question we was asking earlier. So if she was assigned, someone assigned her. That person is significant that assigned her. But go ahead.
Okay. And it says Officer A retired on December 31st, 2019.
Wow.
Then it goes on this page, it says on November 22nd, 2019, Warden Russell A. Heisner of BOP Metropolitan Correctional Center, MCC, in Chicago, Illinois, reported an allegation on staff misconduct to BOP Office of Internal Affairs.
Wow.
According to BOP Office of Internal Affairs, earlier in the month, MCC staff had became aware that a YouTube blogger known as Tasha K, and using the username Unwind with Tasha K, had revealed sensitive law enforcement information regarding inmate A, which is R. Kelly, who was being housed at the MCC. Inmate A, which is me, is a nationally recognized celebrity whose criminal case has received media attention. Now again, they refer to me.
This call is from a federal prison.
Then it says Tasha K revealed information that would have been known to BOP employees who had monitored inmate A's telephone calls or accessed the recordings of those calls. And it says BOP provided it says BOP provided OIG with logs that indicate which employee accessed records from its TrueView system. And when these actions occurred. And here it says July 5th, Matlock says, based on my review of the access logs for the period from July 15, 2019 through January 8th, 2020. Okay, disregard that because I don't even understand that one. Okay, Officer A had access TrueView system. Okay, says, based on my review of the access logs, Officer A had accessed inmate A's R. Kelly TrueView records 153 times between July 15, 2019 and December 12, 2019. Because Officer A was not assigned to the MCC, Officer A was not authorized and had no official reason to access the records of inmate A during that period.
Wow. That's heavy right there. That's heavy. The fact that he said she was not assigned, had no reason to be doing it, which lets you know that there was intent because it was none of her business.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it all, man, it's 24 pages here, and it tells you how,
how she maneuvered.
Like I say, it talks about the warning banner that tells you to absolutely not do those things.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about what they call it. I'm going to look that up online, but you already explained to me about the TrueView.
It's
Yeah, the true view system. You know, yeah, the true view system, which
True view.
and within that, it comes up and it explains that the activity that is there. Well, how did you call it? They have flags up indicating what a person is doing is wrong.
Banner.
A warning banner. Okay.
Yep. That's what it's called in this search one. It's called the warning banner.
Wow.
Warning banner
Wow.
comes up as soon as the computer comes on. That's the first thing you see is that warning banner telling you no BOP employee is supposed to
Well, it lets you know that what you should and should not be doing, right? And what it's doing is saying, we know, but just in case you say you forgot, here it is for you again.
Yeah, exactly. They're supposed to have no expectations, and it is clear.
Absolutely.
It's extremely clear.
Can you tell me the guy who did the investigation? I forget you call his name. What is his title?
Who did
The one who's talking. Yeah, the one who's talking in the warrant, and he said he hasn't released all of what he knows. What is his what is he? Who is he?
I give you that one.
I know his name.
Okay. Yeah. Got you 1 second. He's a special agent with the Department of Justice of the Inspector Attorney General.
Oh, okay. So he's from the Inspector Attorney General's office then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's significant.
He was assigned to this.
Exactly. Okay, from the Inspector General's office. Okay. And so what we do know is that, just given that information, that the Inspector General must be over the BOP then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is the Inspector General, since they're the ones that, assigned him over the case, it must be the Inspector General that makes a decision about, how to proceed forward.
They say Matt Lew being duly, D-U-L-Y, duly sworn, state as follows. I am a special agent with the Department of Justice, Office of the Inspector General, OIG. I have been so employed since approximately 2008. As part of my duties as Department of Justice Office of Inspector General Special Agent, I investigate various criminal violations, including the unlawful disclosure of sensitive government information,
Wow.
bribery, fraud, theft, narcotics, trafficking, money laundering, ethics violation, and other official.
This call is from a federal prison.
So it is easy to say that when he's involved, it's serious stuff going on.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, special anything is special.
Right.
And don't get no better. It's special God, special Jesus, then special federal agent.
Right.
Okay, so he's a special agent.
Right.
That's special federal agent.
Right. Yeah.
He was in the U.S. Secret Service for approximately 6 years. He have received training and preparation and service of criminal complaints and arrests and search warrants, and I have participated in the execution of numerous search and arrest warrants during my career, he said.
Yeah, so the seriousness of the case is what I'm trying to point out rises to the level of the individual that they assign to the case. And the fact
Right.
that he is who he is shows the indication of how serious of a matter this situation is. That is
Absolutely.
significant. That is significant. So,
Absolutely. We got 2 more minutes. Yeah.
okay, I just wanted to get those things out. That's very, very important. So I'm gonna put these and take them to the right directions and the right places. So I got everything I need.
Yeah, so I may call you every other day. It'll be for like 2 minutes to check in, or either I'll send an email or whatever.
It's all
But,
good.
you know,
It's
like
all.
I say, I ain't gonna be able to call other people, man. I'm gonna save my minutes. My fiance is gonna kill me, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
I got you, but I got it. I got what we need. So like I said, I'm going to work with it, like I always do.
All right, boy.
Okay, holla back. One.
To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all future calls, press 7. To reject this call, hang up now. You may begin speaking now.
Kels, what's up, fam? What you?
Yeah, yeah. Huh?
I said you. What's happening?
Yeah. Talk to Corey, man. Everything went good, I think.
Good.
I haven't talked to him in a while, man. It's crazy.
Huh?
I remember him. I hadn't talked to him, man.
Oh, you do remember him now, huh?
Yeah, from hooping, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Crazy,
That's what's
bro.
up. That's
Man.
crazy.
Thanks, man. That just, it felt good too to hear somebody that know me that I knew from outside. You know, it's crazy.
That's
you know.
crazy.
But I was my minutes are gonna be going off because I've been doing these little interviews and all that. But it's all good. It come back on the 22nd, so I'm letting you know if I kind of like. I'm not calling. That's why.
Oh,
saving
okay.
These last few minutes for my fiance, or she'll kill me.
I feel you.
So, but they're gonna be coming back on the 22nd. But before I do, I was gonna run something by you
Come
that
on.
you can even share with Corey as well.
All right.
I was going through the search warrant. Look, man, this is not rocket science. The search warrant that was executed on the BOP Officer A only offers a glimpse of the criminal activity that was going on between Officer A and the famous blogger Tasha K. Only a glimpse. Because Special Agent Matt Laux, that's MATTLOUX, who executed the search warrant on Officer A's computer, he stated in the search warrant, and I quote, "I have not included each and every fact known to me concerning this investigation. I have set forth facts that I believe are sufficient to establish probable cause." So there's more to it, and I know it. That's why it's so important to get the investigation. And then I came up with this thing because I keep having these questions. Okay, and it's like 19 questions. There is a reason there is a reason BOP Officer A was illegally accessing all of my private federal restricted jail records for 6 straight months. That's number one. Number two, there is a reason why this officer illegally accessed those private restricted jail records 153 times during that 6 months. Number three, there is a reason the BOP officer tore off every corner of each page where the dates and times would have been. Number four, there is a reason this BOP officer illegally scanned 12 pages of my federal restricted law enforcement information and sent it to her own personal Gmail account. Number five, there is a reason why this federal BOP officer illegally gave my private restricted law enforcement information to a YouTube blogger, Tasha K. 6, there is a reason why Tasha K illegally received my federal restricted information. 7, there is a reason why Tasha K illegally shared my government information with government witnesses and my federal case. 8. There is a reason why a special federal agent, Matt Locks, executed a search warrant on this federal DOP officer's laptop computer. 9. There is a reason that a federal judge, David M. Wiseman, signed off for that search warrant to be executed on the DOP officer. 10. Now, once that search warrant was executed on the BOP officer, there is a reason the federal agent, Matt Locks, did not talk about every piece of information he had found in the officer's computer. There is a reason he held the information back. 11. There is a reason why the BOP officer just conveniently retired after committing all these federal crimes against me. 12. There is a reason why the BOP officer was never charged for her federal crime she committed.
This call is from a federal prison.
That she committed against me. 13. There is a reason why the government gave her an alias name after she had committed these serious federal crimes against me. 14. There is a reason the BOP officer committed these federal crimes and got away with it. 15. There is a reason why the BOP officer A and Blogger Tasha K wanted to steal and share all my recorded phone calls and emails between me and one girlfriend and show them to my other girlfriend. 16. There is a reason why the blogger Tasha K committed federal crimes and got away with it. 17. There is a reason why someone higher up allowed this federal BOP officer A to just walk away scot-free after committing all these federal crimes. 18. There are many reasons why in 4 years the government has not shared the entire investigation with me, my attorney, nor the public. 19. And there is a reason for them not giving up who the BOP officer A is after 4 long years. Last 20. If anyone feels they have the answers to any of these reasons, please feel free to say what you think they are. Email me or write me what you think, because I am trying to get to the bottom of this investigation with this BOP officer A and blogger Tasha K and why they did this to me. That's it, man.
Powerful.
There's reasons for all of these things, and the fact that there is no answer to any of them is the most red flags I've ever seen in my 56 years.
Yes.
On any situation.
Yeah. They're gonna have a hard time. All we gotta do is keep doing what you're doing, getting it out.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta do. Keep getting it out.
Yeah, we'll give it to him, man. You got it, and whoever else. I don't care, man. Because all I'm doing is just continuing to just make sense, man.
That's all you got to do is just keep speaking your truth, and we're going to keep getting it out. We're going to keep pushing. I'm working on a few things. I don't want to talk about it or jinx myself, but it's some real credible stuff, so I'll tell you about it when it comes through.
Okay, well, if I'm off the radar, just hit me on the email, man.
I will.
All right.
I got you, fam.
All right. All right, thanks, man.
We out here pushing for you, fam. Don't trip. I got you.
I feel it. Trust me. Thanks, bro.
Okay, fam. Holla back.
All right.
One.
You may begin speaking now.
Fam.
What's up, boy?
Hey, yeah, when you called me earlier, I was asleep. Look, man.
No, don't worry.
I want to ask you a question. Look, I try to write you and I can't write you because they said that you can't receive any emails or something.
Yeah, my lawyer
Oh, so you know about it?
Oh, hell yeah. Everybody been, talking requiring about it. My lawyer too. So I haven't even been email my attorney. So she's checking into it now. I talked to her this morning, so she's checking into it now to see what's really going on, man.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like I tell my fiance, look, anything that goes on, I can't expect nothing. I don't never know what's going on here. But however, I got to keep my foot on the gas no matter what. If you don't hear from me, I don't care if 1,000 years go by.
For real.
Keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, sometimes the devil gets in the mix, man, and try to discourage things from happening. But, this BOP situation is real, and, I'm not letting it go because, like I said, it's attached to my life. Yeah,
I wasn't tripping to that. I've been there, so I know how things go. I mean, all kind of stuff that happened. It could be a food strike. I mean, anything. I know how it go. But I was just making sure it wasn't something that was specifically focused on you, and now I see that it's okay, I got you.
It may have something to do with the sentencing when you're sentenced. Sometimes the communication cut to your lawyer or whoever can get it going back.
Right.
Get it back on. So
yeah. Okay.
I was really calling to let you know some more of this because I was looking into this search warrant stuff and there was more stuff that I saw on here.
Yeah, come on with it.
On January 15, 2020, BOP provided OIG with the subject computer, which is the BOP officer, which was used by Officer A.
OIG. What is that?
Yeah, OIG. See, that's just it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
That's. I think OIG is higher than DOJ.
I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say on January 15, 2020, BOP provided OIG with the subject's computer, which was used by Officer A during Officer A's employment at BOP during the period of December 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2019. Since January 15, 2020, the subject's computer has been in OIG's custody. Okay. Tasha K's internet postings of Officer A's access of inmate A's, which is me, records. I'm going to read a couple of this other thing. I've been studying. Somebody read it to me. Now I study it, so I'm familiar with it. So
absolutely.
It says Tasha K, November 7th, 2020, and November 8th. No, I'm sorry. It says Tasha K, November 7th, 2019, and November 8th, 2019, YouTube videos. On November 7th, 2019, blogger Tasha K posted a video on YouTube titled Inmate A, which is R. Kelly, can't control his girlfriends while being behind bars. The video is publicly available. At the 26-minute, 25-second mark of the video, Tasha K shares information about inmate A, which is me. And at the 26:54-minute mark of the video, Tasha K states that the information came from a phone tap somewhere. Tasha K then divulged information from phone calls involving inmate A, which is me, including the specific content of the conversation. One second. Now, all of this is coming from the search
Come on.
It
Yeah,
says,
you good.
the special agent Matt Luke, he says, I have reviewed inmate A's jail calls from November 7th,
This call is from a federal prison.
which were recorded and maintained on the TrueView system. Based on my review of the recordings of inmate A's, which is me, R. Kelly, calls, some of the information that Tasha K reveals regarding inmate A is contained in the recordings of inmate A's jail calls from November 7, 2019. TrueView system access logs show that Officer A accessed inmate A's TrueView records twice on November 7, 2019. The day that inmate A made the phone calls that were discussed by Tasha K during her November 7, 2019 and November 8, 2019 YouTube postings. Four other BOP employees accessed inmate A's TrueView recordings on November 7, 2019. This is the search warrant I want to keep repeating,
Sure.
saying that this is what Mac Boo, the special agent, reported. Also, video is contained in inmate emails communications. The verbatim messages that Tasha K reads are the emails communications themselves that are housed on the TrueView system. Matt Lou say, I have also reviewed email communications that Officer A sent or received from Officer A's official BOP email address. These emails exact on the BOP network. BOP provided law information with the emails. On November 13, 2019, Officer A sent an email from her official BOP email address to a Gmail address. The Gmail address bears Officer A's first initial and last name and appears to be her personal email address. It says also, including certain prohibited uses. According to BOP Officer of Internal Affairs, all BOP electronic devices, including the subject's computer, which is Officer A, are equipped with warning banners which display the computer user rules of behavior and appears on the screen of the device each time an employee logs on to the computer. I have received a copy of the warning banner that appears on BOP electronic devices. The warning banner states, by accessing and using this computer, you are consenting to such monitoring. You are consenting to such monitoring and information. What's RETRIEVAL?
Say it again.
RETRIEVAL.
RET. Hold on, I gotta write this down. RET. Go ahead, one more time. Sorry.
RET.
Uh-huh. VAL.
V, Victor, V-A-L. Trivial.
Oh, retrievio. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You are consenting to such monitoring and information retrieval for should have no expectation of privacy as to any communications on or information stored within the system, including information stored on the work network and stored locally on the hard drive or other media in use with this unit. The warning banner lists certain prohibitations on the user of government computer resources, including using government-owned software information or equipment for unofficial purposes exceeding what is licensed or authorized.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what all of that means.
That means they could retrievio. That means they could retrieve all of the actions that are going on. They can retrieve it. They can retrieve it. So it's retrievio. That means that it's subject to being, someone somewhere else can retrieve whatever's going on. That's what they're saying.
Okay. Let me finish. So I'm gonna say that again, just so I can understand. The warning banner lists certain prohibitations on the use of government computer resources, including. So this is what they're saying they can't do.
Right.
Okay. Or removing.
This call is from a federal prison.
Or removing sensitive documents, electronic media from the workplace without proper authority. This BOP officer obviously ignored all of that, or we wouldn't be sitting here reading this.
That's right.
So yeah, that's just some of the stuff I wanted to read. It's a lot of stuff in there, but when I study it, somebody read it to me over and over, and I kind of remember it as I'm reading it.
Yeah, so not only, it's not just that she overlooked everything, she committed a crime when she did what they said was illegal to do, right? So that's when, see, right now they're pointing, Officer Lou, Agent Lou is pointing out the crime that was committed when
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm still here wondering, you know what I'm saying, which we still have to continue to press. If there was a crime committed, a federal crime committed, why have there not been a resolution? Why have we not seen her in court? Why haven't we seen her before a magistrate? Why have we seen her before a judge? Right? Why have the attorneys not been able to talk to her to find out exactly why she committed a crime or who put her up to it? Why have there not been an investigation? And if there have been an investigation, why don't we know what's going on?
Right, just like remember when I told you about the cookie, when I called my girl cookie,
Yeah.
and my other girl found out she was cursing me out in the visit.
Right.
It says here, page 7 of the attachment includes log information on email communications received by inmate A, which is me. It lists the time of the communication and the sender's email address. And written below this log, someone has written, calls her cookie. Then this shit is in the search warrant, man, where
That's crazy.
Which lets me know, that's when I really knew, okay, Tasha K was really getting information from this BOP officer, because I started calling my girl Cookie in 2019 and has these same dates on here, and it talks about me calling her Cookie.
So
all in the vicinity.
Well, I always say this, I always say the revelation is in the why. Somebody said, what do you mean by that?
It's gonna hang up.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna call you a little later.
Okay.
For about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Federal prison. You will not be. This call is from
Robert Kelly.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call, You may begin speaking now.
Loved
What
one.
you saying? I got 5 minutes.
What part?
Okay, so I was going to finish this. It says on this piece of paper, it says conclusion.
Right.
And Matt Lewis say, based on above information, I respectfully submit that there is probable cause to believe that the offense of unauthorized access of a computer to obtain information from the Federal Bureau of Prisons in violation of Title 18 United States Code, Section 1030A2B, has been committed. And that evidence and instrumentalities relating to this criminal conduct, as further described in Attachment B, will be found in the subject's computer, which is BOP Officer A. As further described in Attachment A, I therefore respectfully request that this court issues a search warrant for the subject's computer, more particularly described in Attachment A. Authorize the seizure of the items described in Attachment B pursuant to the protocol described in the addendum to Attachment B. Further, and then it's signed by Matt Lou, which is M-A-T-T Lou, L-O-U-X, Special Agent, Department of Justice, Office of the Inspector General. That's also signed by, of course, David M. Williams, Honorable David M. Wiseman, United States Magistrate Judge.
Whew.
And then it shows the picture of the computer, with the serial number on it and everything, and said that it's the subject's computer, Officer A's computer, is currently in the possession of OIG. A photograph of the subject computer is below, which has got the picture on it and everything.
So why haven't your attorney got any information is what I want to figure out about what has been the resolution of this particular crime.
Well, she filed a tort.
I know what it is.
Okay, cool. She filed that 5 months ago. So 4 months ago, and they have 5 months to reply. It was a tort. To give up for the information and all of that stuff, a lawsuit or whatever. But
well, we see. See, that's important because that gives us access to be able to publicly disclose what their actions were concerning this crime.
Yeah.
We know what their actions were concerning what they potentially thought you did, right? But now we got a federal agent investigating her, and we want to know what the hell happened.
Right. So in another month, they supposed to answer in about another month whether they're going to answer to it or not. And if not, then of course you file in an open court. Or they answer to it, Well, she did file that 4.5 months ago.
Yeah, because this right here is ridiculous. This needs to be out in the public. This right here is a smoking gun for real.
Yeah, it really is, man. And, like I say, all I want is just the truth and answers, because I already know that this really happened. And I know it's probably beyond the BOP officer, but the only thing I'm trying to do is go this BOP officer A. That's my main focus, because I know she has done this.
Well, a crime has been committed. A federal crime has been committed, period. And we want to know what exactly was the resolution of this federal crime that was committed. This is a big deal. This is a big deal.
It's a big damn deal. Absolutely.
Shit, this is huge.
Yeah.
And we need to know.
So, I'm going to take this last minute to say this to you, bro. If you don't hear from me that means they may be, at some point I'm going to be transferred, or I don't know when, I don't know how, where, none of that stuff. But I know it takes time to get back up online and get back up, on communication. You know how that goes.
I do. Trust me.
So, just in case, man, it act like as if you're talking to me every day, all day.
I'm still going. I'm still going.
Conversation.
I'm gonna still be doing what we doing, but I'm gonna be waiting to hear from you because I know how it goes with the transfer. Been there.
Yeah. But everything is a little extra with me, so I'm just letting you know.
I get you.
Because there's a lot going on. Like
Yeah.
the stuff they're talking about now. I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just saying some people don't want that.
I know.
But it's already public. It's just got to be, the awareness of it.
Well,
That's
this is why it's essential
This
for us
call is from a federal
to
prison.
have all this on record. Not just you having it on record there, but it's on record with me here. That's important, and it's on record with a multitude of people out there that have also been releasing it. So this is important to have this information because this is really big stuff.
Yeah, well, let your people know, man. Let everybody know, because like I say, I don't want just one person or two people knowing.
No, we want in as many reliable hands as possible. Yeah, and we got to go forward. So, so if I don't hear from you, man, I'm just gonna wait because it take a minute. But I'm gonna be waiting, but I'll still be working. Ain't nothing gonna stop
okay,
that.
Cool. That's all I want to hear. Yeah, as long as you're still working on it, man. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Well, I appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna hit you. But I'm gonna still be here. So if I'm here, I'm gonna hit you every other day for a couple of minutes.
Okay, cool. That's love. Okay, holla back. One.
To block this call and all future calls, press 7. You may begin speaking now.
There he is, my loved one. I know we ain't got no lot of time, so let's kick it.
Right. So listen, man, this is my concern, because it's not that I'm up against the whole BOP or government or none of that. It's just, in all fairness, this one BOP officer who 4 years ago, 2019, broke the law and decided to illegally access all of my phone calls and my emails and even phone calls with my lawyer, 153 times during the course of 6 months. And during the time she was doing that, she was actually sharing it with a blogger, an internet blogger, Tasha K, who has said out of her own mouth, while boasting and bragging, that on her podcast and everything, that she shared it with government witness in my New York case, which happened to be my ex-girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time. And after that, it affected my case, and it affected it big time, because she didn't just share it with anybody. She shared it with the absolute main star witness in my case, which obviously affected my case. And so my concern is that if one BOP officer, a disciplinary hearing officer, can do that and get away with those crimes, then it pretty much sends a message to any BOP officer that they can do it as well, because this one officer was not charged. She didn't even get fired, and that's my concern, and it haunts me because, like I say, it sends a message that it's okay to steal someone's records, inmates' records, me, 153 times, share it with or sell it to bloggers, and it's okay for the blogger, and it also sends a message that it's okay for the blogger to receive federal law enforcement restricted information of mine and share it with government witnesses, which is witness tampering.
Let me say something to you, Kels.
When you send that kind of message out, man, it's scary, man.
Yeah, let me say something to you, man. We need to do something different here, man. We need to, let me just tell you this, man. We got to ante up, man. We got to ante up right now. We can't, they keep throwing curveballs and all that. We got to ante up. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you what I think you need to do. You are your most powerful person. You are phenomenal. I ain't got to tell you none of that. You've had a history of being who you are. But God has gifted you in song, bruh. That's what God gifted you in, right? There's a penetration in song. It moves the whole world. It crosses racial boundaries, religious boundaries, gender boundaries. You need to, bruh, all of what we've been talking about, you need to put that, you need to write it. You need to write that in your most powerful voice that the Most High has given you. We ain't got to worry about whether it's over the right now in the recording over the, that ain't nothing. I can handle that. That's not a problem. I need you at your most passionate and your most powerful self to deliver it, bruh. And that's the best way that I know. I sat here, just 2 seconds, man. I sat here and watched your whole concert online last week. The Living It Up, the Something Up tour you did.
Light It Up too.
Yes.
Okay.
You are at your most powerful, unbeatable. No one can beat you. And I just think we need to ante up. I think that they need to hear it the way that people are hearing things today, that they've always heard things. People have always heard things through our struggles, through our music, always. And that's who you are. And I think that you're doing yourself a disservice not operating in your greatest person. God gave you that.
I'm just limited to, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. I've had this conversation with myself and others, but I am very limited, man.
We got to work with the limitations. We can't let that be the reason that stop us, though. We got to work within the limitations. We can't say because of this we can't do. We got to overcome those limitations.
I'm just giving you all of the downs first.
I'm not worried about the downs.
I'll take them.
I could.
I'm dealing with memory lapse, a whole lot of stuff mentally. Memory lapse, a whole lot of stuff.
I get it, bro. But you know what? I'm a person that's done the impossible when people didn't feel it. And I'm just telling you, I believe if the Most High is having us talk about it right now, again, from this perspective, we got to take them to the goddamn next level. We've been letting their ass off the hook. We can't let them off the hook. We can't. And you think about it now. I'm telling you, man. I know what I'm talking about, man. And
so exactly what?
You need to write this, everything, all of what's been going on that we've been talking about, that you've been talking about in 4 years. You got to write it. You got to write it first. And then you, through this means, like you're talking to me, you got to deliver it. You got to deliver it. Just like when you was on there with Corey and you said that, listen, I want you guys to know this is really me. I'm going to sing for you. We got to take it to the next level. We have to. We can't just keep letting them. We got to do something, man. We got to do something, man. And I want, with all those negatives and all those shit, man, we can't worry about that shit.
This call is from a federal prison.
We got to take it to the next level. Whatever the challenges are, whatever that shit is, so what? That's the average person that's going to stop at that shit. We can't afford to stop at that shit. When the motherfucker, when they told me what I couldn't do, you did fair time. You was in the streets. You was in the game. Who gonna listen to you? But I said, God listens to me.
I just don't want to get caught up in a situation where if I don't sing, I don't make it.
That ain't what we. That ain't. No. See, that's a negative connotation. It's not that you don't sing, you don't make it. It's utilizing what God has given you to keep fighting. That's what that is. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about the gift the Most High has given you. You take the gift that he's given you and you take it and you go to war with it, just like my gift. My gift is speaking, and I used that. And I was able to do something that nobody in the country's ever done, where President Trump had to come.
So what's the plan until that happens?
We're going to keep doing what we're doing right now. We're going to keep doing, but we got to add to it. We ain't going to stop doing what we're doing. So I'm not going to interject that. Then you keep on saying what you was going to say. But you need to think about that. And I believe the Spirit of the Most High is going to empower you to write this song the way that it needs to be written and described in song. You've done it before. I saw you done it.
Yeah, well, I was in the world. I had a studio.
We can't worry about that.
I don't write stuff down. I don't spell, so things come off the top of my head, man. Everything anything you ever heard from me. It's a different thing. You have to trust what I'm telling you.
I am.
You know, when I met Puffy and went into the studio, I saw that he don't really produce what he say. I really do produce what I say. Puffy
Right.
tell people what to write or what to play, and it happens that way. This gift is a very unique. It's a beautiful disease. I'm glad I got it, but it's a beautiful disease.
But do we stop utilizing it because of the disadvantages?
No. I haven't stopped utilizing it. But what I'm saying is that writing-wise, my memory is not like what you think it is like that. And it's never been.
Okay, then we ain't got to worry about that. Yeah, we ain't got to worry about that. But we got to be able to operate in whatever the condition that the Most High has got us in. We don't stop operating out of the gift. That makes it even more realer.
Well, man, when he wake me up in the middle of my sleep at night, and I know it's only one God, there's one Most High, he tells me to tell the truth. Say out of your mouth what the vision he's given me of what happened.
Yes.
Okay? And that's
And you've been delivering that.
Doing it.
And you've been delivering that.
Because I haven't been speaking in 4 years, but now I know what happened to me. I know what they did. I know what people done. Man, I'm giving it the best way I know how for now. Now, I will try that, but I'm telling you,
no buts.
That's the situation.
I get it. I've been faced with a zillion situations, and you ain't just talking about no average cat that ain't been through it. I'm out these trenches. I'm out this gutter. My mama was a hoe. My daddy was a pimp. I come out these gutters. I come out of a situation where people say I could have never been nothing and should have never been nothing.
We got 10 seconds. It's gonna cut off. That 10 minutes something else, ain't it?
Yeah, but that's okay. We gonna work with it, and you hit me back. We gonna keep it moving.
I'll hit you back a little later.
Okay, one. Love.
One.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all future calls, press 7. To reject this call, hang up now. You may begin speaking now.
Yeah, what's up, Tay?
You, Kels?
All right, I was going to say, man, we can do it now or later, but I wanted you to get together let's do something different. You can get together some questions from what we've talked about for the last 3 months. And ask me questions about this thing, and let's just keep it alive that way until I come up with that, you dig?
Yeah, so let's do that later so that I can make a list of things reflecting over all of our conversation. But let's keep it going though. Just keep it kicking it.
Let's keep this conversation alive.
Let's kick it. Let's keep going.
Let's keep remixing it. Okay?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So you wanna write a list of questions and then do it later, right?
Yeah, we'll do that later. But right now, I want you just to keep on popping it.
Okay. Yeah. So my thing is, like I was talking about my concern, and that really is a serious concern, man, because, if you don't set an example, if they don't set an example, let other BOP employees know that, you can't steal inmates, my records and phone calls and visitors logs and emails and, because this really did hurt my whole case because of the fact that once the BOP disciplinary hearing officer took my information and sent it to her own Gmail account. And I keep saying this, but I want people to know it was 153 damn times that she did it. She did it for 6 straight months. That's a long time. Damn. That's not nobody that made a mistake and did it. That's not nobody that was just messing around. That was somebody that was on a mission to do it that many times. And what mission was she on? Well, here's the mission she was on. She was on a mission to share it with a blogger, an internet blogger. And there's no way in hell that a disciplinary hearing officer is supposed to be an internet blogger's plug to nothing, especially when it comes to very valuable, sensitive law enforcement, restricted information on me. And what that lead to? That led to Tasha K, the internet blogger, illegally receiving that information and sharing it with my girlfriend, who then, after seeing it, became mad. Why did she become mad? Because it was 6 months of lovey-dovey conversations between me and my other girlfriend. Okay, so that's the information she ended up sharing with her. And after seeing that, she became so mad and, of course, scorned that she got up on the stand and could say anything she wanted to say about me. Okay, now who is supporting this? Who is supporting it? Who is allowing these things to happen? Because whoever that is, that's aiding and abetting this CO, the disciplinary hearing officer for her crimes, and it's also aiding and abetting Tasha K for receiving it and sharing it with government witnesses, which is witness tampering. No matter how you look at it, that's witness tampering. You cannot remix that. That's what happened, and I know it shouldn't be ignored.
Is this the same Tasha K that was found liable for her lies against Cardi B?
And absolutely, it is. And she even Tasha K admitted that she got her career off talking about me.
Wow.
She said that on the. Sorry, I dropped the phone, but yeah, she said that on the stand. Yes, the same Tasha K.
So she has a track record of doing this stuff then.
Yeah, but this time she just went to.
This call is from a federal prison.
Because you cannot receive federal information and then share it with witnesses in my case. And flipping witnesses. She said it boldly while sipping on big glasses of wine on her podcast. And I don't think she knew what she was doing, but she did it.
Oh, she knew what she was doing?
She shared it with the witness, and she shared it with her parents and everything else.
She knew what she was doing. We ain't gonna let her off the hook like that. She knew what she was doing.
Right.
She knew exactly what she was doing to try to get ratings and try to get money, and she knew what she was doing.
And as far as this one BOP disciplinary hearing officer, I know she knew what she was doing as well, because look, these people have a code of ethic to follow. And when you don't follow that code of ethic, you know exactly what you're doing if you do this thing 153 times.
That's right.
You're accessing my information and sending it to your own personal Gmail. Look, man, there was where the pages that she sent to her own Gmail, the pages of the corner of the pages were torn off where the dates and times would even be. And that's somebody that don't want nobody to know the dates and the times that these things occurred.
Wow. Wow.
So these are all facts, and there's a search warrant that backs it all up. Search warrant is not going to be signed off by a judge unless there was probable cause. And so only thing me and my lawyer and them trying to get to is the bottom line, and that bottom line is the investigation that has not been shared with us, has not been given to us, and we're being told that it's not going to be shared with us. So, and I don't think that's fair, because it was also said by John Louch himself that, the Inspector Attorney General at the time, he said it to the public in the Sun-Times that there was an ongoing investigation on this BOP officer, and she did indeed do this 153 times and shared it. But if that was 3 years ago, whatever happened to the ongoing investigation? There was never a follow-up. And now I'm being told that we're not allowed, we can't see the investigation when this was a crime committed against me.
Wow. You there? Oh, okay. Well, make sure.
Yeah, I'm there, man. I'm sorry, man. So I don't understand, when this is obviously a situation where the law broke the law, and like I say, man, it's not against just any old BOP. It's not like I'm out for any old BOP or any old federal agent or anything, but it's just this one disciplinary hearing officer, and that's not just some employee. It's a disciplinary hearing officer, and for them to be able to do that, and it calls the outcome of a case, that's problematic, man. That's beyond problematic. And if it happened to me, if it can happen to R. Kelly, then damn it can happen to any damn body.
It is happening to other people too. It is.
Yeah.
I don't think this is something that just is a one-off. I think that this is a behavior within the system that needs to be corrected. And if it's this situation that needs to be brought to the forefront to the public. So I don't think that is an if. I know that this has been going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because honestly, man, that's the thing that's stressing me out. I'm not stressing because I'm stressing because if this can happen to me, like this can cause. I'm in here 30 years, man. 30 years of a mad girlfriend. That's not right. There's something not right. A lot is not right about this. It's just not right.
No, it's not right. No, it's not right. No, it's not right.
Man, so when we talk again, bro, if you want to ask questions,
I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
Just let me know, man.
I'll be ready.
Just be ready to answer.
When you gonna holler at me?
Tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be ready. Let's go. Let's go in. Okay, I got some good ones. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Gotta deliver them. Right? I couldn't write you or nothing.
No, it's been frustrating, man. Over on this side too. Trust me when I tell you, bro. But whenever that happens, man, just know it's some dumb stuff going on.
Yeah, I figure. I didn't know whether because sometimes things happen when they be having people in transit, so I didn't know. I just know I couldn't write you.
Yeah. What's going on, man? Is that stuff getting out there?
What? What's been going on? What?
What we've been talking about and everything.
What I'm doing, man. Like I told you, I don't
know what's going on, man.
Yeah, what I'm doing is putting a piece together so that I can present it. So I'm putting everything together as a little package so that I can present it. For a show. But so yeah. It's strategic. It's all strategic what I'm doing. So, all the stuff that we've been doing, I'm gathering it because I'm trying to holler at my people over at Fox. You know what I'm saying? But I need to have some significant stuff enough. You know what I'm saying? So when I present it, because I know how it has to be. So we have enough material, enough stuff that make them say this is, we're interested in this instead of just having one phone call. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I'm doing my part over here, but yeah, I'm trying to, I want to elevate this stuff into mainstream media, and not mainstream media with what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? The other story,
Exactly.
Yeah, not because you didn't had that with the negative shit. We want to have enough. You see how they did that shit on you, that hit piece, but you see all the material they had, right? So in order you present something that is, an opposite look, you have to have enough material. You have to have enough stuff like they had. You can't just come with one shit, two shit. You got to have a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying, compiled from different perspective, which is why, we talked about the most important things about what the broad did. But then you want to put other things on there like what we've been talking about the last couple of times. Those things are equally important to build a full presentation.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Very impactful shit. But yeah, I was just worried because I didn't know, what was going on because they locked down all the communication. And I know how to get down, But what's on your mind right now?
The same thing is on my mind. I know we gotta have a lot of shit. I know we gotta put a lot of shit together.
We already doing that. But I'm worried about right now. We keep it pushing.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the only thing that I can really talk about.
But I know we talked about the appeal things. You said that was in. They were supposed to hear back from them at a certain time.
Okay, so as far as that's concerned, that's I talked to my lawyer 3 days ago. So this was June what's the date?
Today's the 3rd of June.
Okay, so they never replied, of course. So I talked to her the other day. She said if they haven't replied in this
This call is from a federal prison.
3 days ago, and then she was gonna file it in public court, which she's coming out here this week. sometime to actually file that in the public court as far as with the BOP and everything, what this lady did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like I say, we still haven't been given the investigation. Oh, they haven't shared the investigation with us. They haven't, given us her name or anything. It's got shut down, out of nowhere. But
So they don't have to?
that's what they told my lawyer. But she can sue for it, and that's what she did. First, she filed a tort 5 months ago. They were supposed to answer 4 days ago was the date where they were supposed to answer or something like that. But it's past that date now because, like I say, I talked to her, so it's past that date. And now she's gonna file it in the public.
See, that stuff is important. It might not seem like it's important to you, but it's important when something is being filed, things are moving in the direction that's supposed to, and they're refusing to comply with stuff. Well, see, because that lets the public know and people know why. What's the reason why you guys won't reply to this? What's going on? You understand? Those things are important, Kels.
Oh yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah,
I'm with it. That's why I'm calling down and letting you know, because that's very important. I do understand how important it is, and everything else is just processed from there.
Yeah, because the average person on the street that don't understand what's going on, how these things operate, right? But they can understand that if somebody's supposed to respond to something and they're not, then they know there's a reason why that's not happening, and it ain't positive on their behalf, right?
I just don't understand why they not, I mean, they literally said that in the newspaper, in the public, that it was an ongoing investigation, that the lady had not been charged, and it's an ongoing investigation. Well, what is the purpose of an ongoing investigation if you're not going to disclose what it led to, to give closure to the investigation?
But the point is, why are you guys continuing to hide when this was a criminal activity? What is going on? What do you guys know that we don't know? Because there has to be something that you know that we don't know if you guys continue to hide her when you know that it's a criminal activity that has taken place. The public needs to understand, why are you guys hiding this information? What do you know? What are you keeping back? We know you've kept things back before in other cases with other people, and things didn't come out to many years later. We're not trying to do that. We want to bring it to the attention of the public. That's why I'm asking you what happened with that thing,
Especially when it's just one VOP officer that did this, why would you protect this one? When you can, expose this one to stop other ones from doing it.
Exactly.
To stop millions from doing it. But if you protect this one, then you're allowing millions to do it.
Well, you've probably allowed it, because now, if you're protecting this one, that means you've protected 20 ones, 30 ones, 100 ones. Because obviously it's not something that is abnormal or an exotic situation, which means rare. This must be going on, and you guys don't want us to find out about it. So we need to stay about it, because every time you guys do the right thing, they don't want to respond in the appropriate time. So now they're not responding again.
And it's just making things worse, I think. It's just making everything. The more time that goes by, it just makes everything just even more worse.
Yeah, well, what's worse about it, because you can compiling that there's something that you guys know that you don't want the public to know. Because what other thing are we supposed to think?
Right.
You keep protecting this lady, right? But you didn't say anything when this lady was.
This call is from a federal prison.
Going into your account 156 times.
Yeah.
You wasn't protected, but you guys are trying to protect her for what? So this matters.
It had a devastating outcome on my trial and case, her going and doing that 153 times.
Yeah, it was the outcome 153 times. That was the outcome.
Yeah.
So we have a right to understand, since it's an ongoing investigation, is that the excuse that you're using? Not to release her name?
Then people get mad at you when you're trying to find out. It's like, you're mad at me because I'm trying to find out why the law broke the law in my behalf and did what they did to me. I just don't get it, man.
Yeah. You there?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
One more minute, but I'm gonna be able to call you again today.
Okay, well, the law broke the law, and we're going to make sure that we find out why. We can't just sit here and then let it happen. Yeah, so when you call back, man, we need to get into that. We need to get into specifics of what happened with the attorney specifically.
Right. Okay.
And their answer, why they didn't answer, what it meant. We need to get into that, man. We need to get into that because we got to educate the people on what's going on. Just because we know don't mean they know. We got to educate them.
Exactly. So, man, ask me whatever questions on it, man. I'm going to call you back in maybe about another 20 minutes.
I'll be ready.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Oh, my God.
For this call. This call is from
Robert Kelly.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call, you may begin speaking now.
Kels.
I'm blown away by this, man. I got this on my mind so heavy today, bro. What we was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, bro. They trying to play this shit down, man. This shit is simple. You know, I know I got a lot of stuff to put along with it, but I'm telling you, this is simple, man. What happened is so wrong, man, on so many levels.
Let's go.
This lady stole and shared. Listen. In 2019, when I was arrested, okay, I was being detained at the doggone MCC in Chicago. From the date I was arrested for 6 months, this BOP disciplinary hearing officer was still in my records, still in my phone calls, still in my emails, even my attorney phone calls. She was scanning that stuff, sending it to her own personal Gmail account. After that, she was sharing it with an internet blogger. And the minute that and it's all criminal. That's all criminal. Especially when the internet blogger is stating on all of her platforms that she shared it with government witnesses in my case. It don't get no. We cannot ignore that. That's like that cannot be ignored. That government witness happened to be my damn girlfriend, who was supporting me before she saw it, and then when she saw that information had conversations with me and another girl for 6 straight months. Deep, serious conversations. It's obvious. She found out we was close. I was close with the other girl. She got jealous. She got mad. She came to the visit. She told me at the visit, I heard your phone calls between you and your attorney, and you telling your attorney that you was not going to leave the other girl for me. Don't lie to me. I know your fucking voice. I mean, she told me off in that visit. This was in 2019, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting here trying to wonder how she even knew I told my attorney that, because I really did tell my attorney that. I'm trying to figure out, how did she know that I called my other girlfriend by the name Cookie? Because she knew it. How did she know I told my girlfriend to put money behind the couch and don't tell her about it? How did she know it? And then 3 years later, 3 weeks before my verdict, I found out that a BOP officer stole all of my information back in 2019 when all this was going on. This shit is obvious, man. I'm sitting in here with 30-something years over my head, and this is what happened. This girl was 90% of my case. No way to ignore that, man. You can't fucking ignore it, man.
Absolutely not.
When I talk and try to, even with psych, and I try to tell people what's on my head, that's what's on my head.
That's right.
That's what's bothering me. There's no pills, and there is no pills that's going to cure corruption, man. Okay, what kind of pills they give me? What kind of breathing exercises?
Right.
That's not going to cure corruption. And that's corruption. All day long is corruption. And they playing it down like it didn't happen. It happened. And I'm sitting in here because it happened. The law broke the law, Taylor. The law broke the law, period. It's period. Period. It says it on the Truth You system when it comes up on the banner that you should have no expectation. You cannot record people's phone calls and emails and send them to your email. What the fuck? You cannot do that. And you can't sell it to a blogger. And if they're allowing this to happen and they're saying that it's okay for it to happen. Simple as that. If you allow it to happen, you're absolutely saying that it's okay. No different if a person robbed, if you work at a damn bank, if you steal money from the bank and you get busted and nothing happens to you and you don't get charged for it, then everybody that works at a bank gonna start stealing money from the damn bank, man. Because the first person got away with it and they wasn't charged. They was just allowed to retire. Nobody's above the law. Isn't that what they say? Even the law says it. But if she get arrested, then there's court dates. Then she has to answer to what happened. How does a disciplinary hearing officer even know a Tasha K, bro? She's not even supposed to be connected with a blogger.
What happened to her? What happened to this? Did she ever get arrested?
Neither one of them has gotten arrested.
Nobody's been arrested.
And Tasha K clearly bragged about how she shared it.
This call is from a federal prison.
She clearly bragged about how she shared my information that she got from the BOP officer with government witnesses, with my girlfriend. There's pictures of her and my girlfriend sitting there.
The conspiracy.
Social media.
The conspiracy is so strong, man. The conspiracy is so goddamn strong, and so strong that they refuse to answer it. They're trying to say we can do wrong as long as we can get who we want to get, regardless. That's what they're really trying. That's what they're doing.
This is not supposed to go like this. That's not right, bro. It's not right, and I will not let it go. I can't let this shit go, man. I can't let this go. I'm just so upset because every time all I think about every day, all day.
So let me ask you this. You know what I'm trying to do, but coming Monday, I will release everything. I will take every day on Monday, from Monday, every day, and release everything that we've been talking about structurally. I mean, I could do that if you feel that's better than what I'm trying to work on, because it's all good. You see what I'm saying? But
yeah,
you tell me what you want, because I'm more concerned about what you want than what I want.
Man, it's like, man, I'm in here racing against my health, man. See, it would be another thing, if I wasn't, but I'm racing against my health, bro. My one leg looks bigger than the other one. My left leg is so much bigger than my other one, and it's scary. Even though I'm being told that it's not blood clot, but I've been told that before. And it was.
Right.
I don't know what's going on because I'm not a doctor, so I can't argue with doctors. I can't argue with anybody. I'm not really trying to argue or put up a fight with nobody. I just know goddamn well what happened with my case and how I'm not supposed to be here because of what happened and how the law broke the law. And it happened to be with my girlfriend. It happened to be information being stolen. I want the world, and I don't care what. I'm in a casket. And when you're in a casket alive, but you're not supposed to be in a casket alive, you're going to be kicking. So right now, I'm kicking. I don't give a damn who dig me up.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm not supposed to be in a casket alive. So I'm desperate. I'm thirsty. I'm losing my mind because I know what happened. I don't have nothing against nobody, but I just want justice because of what this woman did.
That's right.
What Tasha K did. And they living their best life after they've committed these crimes against me. I know I still have my rights. My freedom of speech. I still have rights too, bro. I'm a human being. And so what they've done is obvious. It's not even a question. It's obvious. Once anybody hear the story, a 2-year-old would think, damn, well, they was wrong for doing that. That cost you your liberty. That cost you your life. They just disrespected the whole law. What purpose is what value does the law have if they could just break it whenever they want? And yeah, I would want anybody to know that the law's been broken against me. And look what it's costing me. It's costing me. My health is deteriorating, man. I gotta go. I'll call you back.
All right.
To reject this call, hang up. You may begin speaking now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, I'm just gonna put it out next week, man. You know, and the rebuttal is surviving the R. Kelly. What'd you say?
You say what now?
Surviving the R. Kelly cover up.
Man.
I'm just gonna put it out. Just gonna let it put it out.
Yeah, I to me, it's all about BOP Officer A. And who is she? Where did she come from? Why did she do this?
Right.
How does she know Tasha K? Who is she? Who is this mysterious BOP officer that's been hiding for 4 years, never arrested? It's killing me, man. It's killing me, and I feel like I'm dying real slow, man, being in here.
Yeah, it was designed to try to do that. It was designed to try to kill you, man, but you can't.
Yeah.
You got to keep fighting. It was designed to do exactly what it's doing.
I am fighting, man, but I know my body like nobody knows my body.
You right.
I know my body. I know my insides, and I know what I feel every day when I wake up. I'm working out. I'm exercising. I'm trying to do everything I can do. But I'm kicking, man. I'm panicking. I'm not gonna even lie, and I'm stressing every day. I'm being human. In other words.
Well, you've been railroaded with a lie and with some deceit from a federal correctional officer, and no working out, no nothing is gonna heal that. Nothing but getting some relief from getting some truth, getting some justice. That's the only thing that's gonna help that.
That's exactly right. I mean, can you imagine? Just knowing you in jail, you're in here, because the main witness, who happens to be your girlfriend, was tainted with information that was supposed to be protected by the very people you're up against. It's a horrible, horrible feeling, bro.
See, but let me explain it a little different and see if you agree with this, since we got a couple of minutes. See, the problem is the way it was presented to your girlfriend. It was presented to her in a way that made her feel, they presented it like you was in cahoots with your other girlfriend against her.
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's almost like I don't even blame her, because I know she was coerced into reading it and the way it all went down and the whole nine.
That's how they presented it. Like you and the other girl was against her, like you was setting something up against her. That's how it was presented to her. That was the deceit.
Absolutely. Because she was visiting me for 6 months still. She was still supporting me. She was all on Facebook supporting me. She's sending me pictures and sending me letters and the whole nine. Still supporting and still loving. And it so happened that 6 months, at the end of that 6 months, when she just flipped out of nowhere, and that's the same 6 months that this BOP officer lady was working at the Thompson Correctional Center, where they shut it down because it was full of corruption. And that was at the same time she was stealing my records and getting it to Tasha K, and Tasha K was absolutely showing it to my girlfriend, man.
But she wasn't just showing it. Tasha K was presenting it in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She presented
Absolutely.
it. Yeah. So it wasn't just showing it. She put it in a way because she already had something against you. So you know how she was feeding it to her.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it was the presentation. It wasn't just her saying, here, listen to this. No, she presented it and she had a presentation behind it. Because if you look at Tasha K, you can see how she operates.
Yeah, and I can tell the way when my girlfriend came to the visit, the way she was talking about it, the way she just went into it, snapping on me. I could tell that that somebody had been in her ear and had been showing her things, because the things she was telling me, there's no way in hell she could have known without someone showing it to her.
Yeah, but
she can't break into the true view system here.
Yeah, she snapped at you because the way it was presented to her. So the evidence is the way it was presented to her. Tasha K presented it in a manner as if you were doing something with the other girl that is against her, like you guys were attacking her. That's how she presented it, because your girlfriend wouldn't have responded like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the presentation that Tasha K, and it was the intent behind the presentation with her and the BOP officer.
And the BOP officer, exactly.
So it was the initial presentation from the beginning. The BOP officer went into your personal logs and blogs and everything 153 times. That was presented to Tasha K, and Tasha K presented it right to your girlfriend. That presentation is where the issue is.
Exactly.
Not that you was talking. You talked. That wasn't the issue. The issue is the deceit in the presentation. And the issue is the breaking of the law. The breaking of the law from the BOP officer. That was the first issue.
Exactly.
And then carrying that on to Tasha K, and she continued the behavior of the breaking of the law. And no one's been held accountable.
And that's what kills me, man. It's like nobody was held accountable to this day. That was 4 years ago. All of this happened and took place before I had ever gone to trial.
No. Someone was held accountable. You was held accountable for a conversation. They wasn't held accountable for breaking the law.
Right.
So let's make it plain. You was held accountable for a conversation, but they wasn't held accountable for breaking the law.
This call is from a federal prison.
Yeah, man. You're absolutely 100% right. And I just, like I say, I'm fighting. I don't care who knows. I don't give a damn no more, because I'm sitting here feeling my health. I'm feeling my body. I'm feeling everything.
Hey, man, Kels, look it, man. I always say, don't nobody drown cute. When somebody's in the water drowning, it's an ugly process, because they're kicking, they fighting, they're doing everything they can do to stay afloat.
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right about that, brother. And that's where I'm at. I'm telling you. I know this ain't right. I know this is not fucking right. I know it. Nobody can tell me different. People try to make you feel bad when you asking questions and lashing out and trying to figure out what's going on and get out of it and try to make you feel bad. Ain't nobody gonna fucking make me feel bad for something that they did wrong to me.
No.
I don't care. It's not about what you believe I did, who you believe
that
I
don't mean
none
nothing.
of that shit no more. It don't mean nothing to me. What matters to me is that the law broke the law and did what they did, and that nobody's being held accountable.
And nobody's been held goddamn accountable.
And then what is the reason behind the fact that they have not been held accountable? There's a bigger reason as to why they haven't. And that's why I'm talking, because anything happened to me, I want people to know I will never kill myself. I will never be even thinking about killing myself. I love my kids. I love God. I love my fans. I love my family, my friends that I was taken away from. You understand me?
Shit.
So no, I'm not finna be killing my damn self. I love life too much. And I know if you kill yourself, you can't even make it to heaven. I know all of the rules to that. So I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not out of my mind. There's no breathing techniques. There's no fucking pills. There's no needle. There's nothing that can help me.
But justice.
Help corruption for justice, bro. And I know that.
Shit.
I'm hot, boy. I'm hot right now. Blue right now. Because I know this is fucking wrong. I know it.
Goddamn right.
So man,
Well, come next week, man. We about to put it out. And it's going to hit whoever it hit. Let the Most High move for us because, listen, sometimes we always need that. We always need God to see what we up against and to give us some favor. Shit. We know what we up against.
I'm sitting here looking at this search warrant, man. I look at it every damn day. I'm looking at it, and it absolutely backs up everything you're saying. It backs up everything I'm saying. It backs up everything that has happened. It's the proof to what has happened. But which is why they will not give up the investigation on it, because that opens up everything else.
They didn't even answer in the proper time.
Yeah. So man, tell me the good time to hit you because I'm back open now.
Well, just hit me back because I want you to explain particularly about what your attorney filed a motion for in the time frame that they were supposed to answer. I need to understand that specifically. We need to educate about that because we got to understand what that means, and so that we can know what it means that they didn't respond.
From a federal prison. This call is from
Robert Kelly.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this...
Hello?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Bruh. Hey, man. Hey.
Yeah.
I understand, man. Shit is
I'm
overwhelming.
sorry, man. I know I'm stalking you today, man, but
Well, I didn't say that.
you don't really understand this, bro.
Yeah, don't put no more on it than what it is, I mean, come on, man. The worst thing in the world is not to have anybody to understand and no outlet. So let's get right into what I was asking you earlier about the specifics of the motion that that you guys put out. What was the motion? And then how did that break down?
It was a tort that she's suing to get, I think it was $50 million or something like that. And she told me that they had to answer by 5 months, and this was 3 days ago. Was open at 5 months.
Mm-hmm. And
if they don't answer by that 5 months, then she'll be able to file it in the public court.
Okay, so what was it filed for again?
We wanted to open up investigation on. There was an investigation done on a BOP officer.
Right. So
it was sealed, and they said they didn't have to share it with us.
Right.
Which I don't understand that, but that's what she said. And then she would have to, of course, jump through some hoops to get it done, and that's what she did by filing the tort.
Okay. So they had a certain amount of time to answer this tort, and they didn't answer in the amount of time.
Yeah.
And that leads. What's next?
So I talked to my lawyer 2 days ago, and that's the same thing I asked her. She said, well, she's coming up here, and she's getting ready to file it in the court, in the public court.
What's the difference? What is that? What did you?
Well, once you file it, you have to give the BOP a chance to, before you actually sue them, you have to give them a chance to answer that lawsuit and figure it out.
Got you.
Get it together or come to some agreement or whatever. But if they don't answer about it, that time is up. She can file it in the public court, and then a judge has to say, okay, this is a case, and it becomes a court case. If it becomes a court case, then depositions have to be done, and that's with the BOP officer, the mysterious BOP officer, whoever it is.
Has to appear. Then she has to appear before the judge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so now,
absolutely.
What we're doing right now, we've given them an opportunity to release the information. They chose not to do it. So now we are allowed. We couldn't just go straight to the courts at first because you couldn't do that. You got a first right to tort. Okay, so now, now that is done, we can go straight to the courts, and the judge will be the one that decides.
Exactly.
Got you. Okay.
And the judge already said that even my judge said to my lawyer in court that we have a hell of a lawsuit, you know.
Wow.
I'm not caring about no money. I don't care about none of that. I care about my freedom, bro.
Well, the whole thing is,
with nobody, but I just want this investigation open. If this is what we got to do it, so be it.
that's what I'm talking about. It don't even matter. Whatever. There's finding a violation about the charge, and that's public. That's what we need to do because it's significant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is significant. It's not because one part of it that begins to unfold can unfold at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what the good thing is that the bad thing on their end is they're still choosing to make your attorney go through all these hoops and stuff when they could have just released the information. So now why they wouldn't release the information is going back to what we is asking in the first place. You know, what's so secretive? What do you have that you don't want us to know? That even when we wrote the torque, you decided that you still wasn't going to release the information and force us to go directly to the judge. So the judge to make you have to do what you should have did in the beginning when we gave you the opportunity, right?
Yeah, because per my lawyer, even when we found out about the search warrant that was sealed at first, I was acting like, well, why is it sealed?
This call is from a federal prison.
Why was the search warrant sealed once they did the search warrant? You know, but it got unsealed, and she had to file something to even get the search warrant, and it took us like 4 or 5 months to even get that up there, something like that. So when we finally got it, she brought it to me and read it to me. That's when we realized that it's bigger than this, you know?
Right. So
the search warrant confirmed what had happened.
So this is significant because when we release this information, we need to be able to explain it to the person who don't understand how it works. Is why I'm asking you specifics, because they don't know, right? We want the people to understand how this works, what you're up against, what you're having to fight against, even though naturally we know that there's been a violation. But even though there's been a violation of the breaking of the law, this goes to show you, even though you have something right there that's clear, they're still making you fight. When you got, even when you got something that's to the good in public that this person did, they still making you trying to fight. That shows you how cold this system is.
Unbelievable.
They know they in the wrong, but they gonna go all the way to the end of it, make you guys go all the way to the end of it, that they give you any relief. And they're not giving you any relief. What they're doing, all that's gonna happen is justice. Because if we have proven that this officer, BOP officer, did what she did, that is fact. That's not speculation. That's fact.
Right.
That is fact. So now they're making you fight beyond that, right? Even though the system knows they were wrong. They know it.
Yeah. And that's according to the agent that did the execution of the search warrant himself.
Yeah, because I'm going to release on the website. They have all that information. So on Monday, I'm going to start releasing this stuff strategically. What I'm saying, because letting you tell the story, explaining it as you go along, because we got to educate the population, and showing this actual search warrant that's on that website.
Yeah.
Right, as you explaining the person's name that did it, as you explaining, we have enough stuff of you explaining the details, because that's what people need to understand. You understand it, I understand it, right? But they don't.
Yeah, they don't, and I get it. And so that's why, it has to be explained, of course, because once a person understands something, then common sense kicks in.
Exactly.
When common sense kicks in, it takes over all of the other dumb crap.
That's right.
Smoke screens and everything.
That's right.
Common sense wins every time.
Yes. That's exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. So I'm just, So I know it's tough in there, man. I know your health is failing. You've spoken about that, and the people will understand that you're fighting for your life. And you have to continue to fight for your life. You have to
fight for my life more than I'm fighting for my liberty right now.
That's right.
Because it's my very life I'm fighting for because of my health. Trust me when I tell you.
Right. Over somebody that strategically put things in order.
Yeah.
Strategically put that thing in order based on it coming from a place of criminality.
Exactly.
The root, the beginnings was criminal act. The roots of it, the foundation of it.
Yeah. And it just all feels like it was just planned from the beginning, man. Just to be honest, it just felt like something bigger than just some BOP officer. Because how does she even happen to know Tasha K?
Well, of course, it's something big.
Tasha K just got sued by Cardi B and where she owed Cardi B $4 million. So somebody had to know and put these two together, this BOP officer and Tasha K, because they wouldn't even know each other. How would they even know each other?
And they're
get together to do this.
They're fighting to keep you from knowing. They're fighting to keep the public from knowing.
Yeah, well.
And with your life on the line, you got to continue to do the work because your life is on the line.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's gonna hang up, man. But I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna be calling in a day or two.
Okay. Well, like I said,
where we at.
yeah. Okay. One. Hold your head up, son.
Hold your head.